And we are live and recording. That's good. I am so hungover because it was Derek the activist. It's not Dr. Dankenstein, the other Derek, the guy with the cunt fan. It was his birthday yesterday, and we had a very nice time. Went to some bars in Uptown, and it was fun. Had lots of fun. So, but yeah, didn't sleep much and stayed up late and had. Yeah, can't be too specific, right, on TikTok, or else I'll get in trouble for talking about having fun. Anyway, Matthew says, hey you as well. Welcome. You got here first comment of the day. Oh, man. President's coming after Jimmy Kimmel again? The president can joke. I've spent hours on this show talking about how, apparently the president was joking when he said he was going to kill 90 million Iranians. He was totally joking about committing that genocide. When he said that an entire civilization will die if he doesn't get what he wants, totally joking. But apparently if Kimmel jokes about his mortality and how his wife is, who's like 20 or 30 years younger than him, right? Yeah, if he jokes about the fact that she's eventually going to become a widow, which is a pretty obvious probability. Apparently he gets canceled for that. Matthew says he's a silent watcher, but I appreciate your knowledge. Thank you. I gotta show some love for the lurkers, right? It's mostly lurkers. It's a silent, or rather, it's a vocal minority that make the chat as busy as it is, make the comment sections on my Instagram as busy as they are. I figured I every day I got to come up with a new sign, and I am thinking that this one is going to rustle some jimmies because these Trump supporters really think they are patriots. The sign reads, MAGA are not patriots. I bet I'll have 2 or 3 conversations about the grammar of the sign, because if I wrote, MAGA is a plural noun, it means Trump supporters. Trump supporters are not patriots. But if I said MAGA is not patriot, or being MAGA is not patriot, there's a bunch of different ways I could word it, and whichever way I don't word it, that's the ones they're going to tell me is the correct way. So we'll see. Primetime has showed up early with the racism. If you're as racist as Primetime, or if you are Primetime himself, who is apparently listening, please hit the request button. I like talking to racists. It makes them look bad. It's kind of the purpose of the show. Excuse me, Noodle. She knows when I go live. My dog. By the way, when you see my arm jiggling off to the left of frame over here, I'm always petting my dog. She's like, Oscar's being social on the computer. I need his attention. No, she loves her some attention. Let's see. Supreme Court just bodied Democrat chances for the midterm, says White Monster. Suspicious username, but do tell me what you're talking about. Is there news? Okay, he said it twice. That's spam. You're getting a spam warning. I heard it. I read it out loud. It's there. Obi says my dog does that too when I have work meeting anywhere I talk. Yeah, if I answer the phone, she's like, who are you talking to? It's like she can tell who I'm talking to. There's certain people where I think she hears their voice through the phone and she's like, where are they? But yeah, what did the Supreme Court decide on? I'm just going to Google Supreme Court and go by news. I love when people say something like that. Supreme Court just bodied Democrat chances in the midterm, and it's like, great, okay, inform me. What's happening? What's the news? I mean, I don't necessarily dislike the comment. It's just not very informative. Limits the Voting Rights Act. Supreme Court voids majority black congressional district in Louisiana. Strikes down Louisiana congressional map. Yeah. That's no good. Yeah. Supreme Court unanimously slaps down blue state targeting pro-life group. Interesting. Unanimous decisions are getting rarer on the Supreme Court, but MAGA isn't patriots, but you support a black terrorist that tried to assassinate our president. Well, I don't know what it has to do with anything that he was black. And I also don't support him. Is my dad proud of me? No, my dad is dead because some assholes flew a plane into the building where he worked, and then he went home and drank himself to death about it. So he's not here to judge me. But I think he'd be proud of me. He was proud of me. He had a hard life. Really lived through his kids. Anyway. Larry Berry says, and you are? These comments are always so like, just, you need to give me some kind of context in the comment, or I don't know what you're talking about, because I talk too fast for me to associate whichever comment comes in 10, 20, 30 seconds later to know. Define patriot. I mean, somebody who wants their country to succeed, believes in the values of their country. Specifically as an American, I think to be a patriot, you have to believe in American values, and to be a Trump supporter, you have to not believe in American values. But if and a liberal is not a traitor. Dude, yeah, people are mad in the comment section. False. Okay, here we go, Bobby. You're getting muted. I don't ban Trump supporters. I don't mute them normally, but I don't have a caller. So if I don't have a caller, I get to muting people in the comment section so that they hit the request button and talk to me with their voice. So if you want to discuss the matter, Bobby, there's a button on your screen that will literally put you in a phone call with me right now, and we can have the conversation in front of everybody. Yeah, same thing with you, 112869. If you want to come say your hateful stuff to me, you're going to have to do it in front of the whole class. Why isn't MAGA Patriots? Just explained it. I'd like to get somebody who disagrees with me to call in, and we can discuss it. That's kind of the point of the show. Yeah, people are mad. People are mad in the comments. But that's, like I said, I can kind of, every now and then when I come up with what the sign's gonna say, I think, ooh, this one's gonna bother some people, and I think this one's gonna bother them. Ronnie says they know for sure that you are not a patriot. Come tell me that with your voice. You are getting muted for today. You can try again tomorrow, but I don't have a caller, so I'm just gonna sit here and mute the people that disagree with me until I do have a caller. V just got here, my bad. No worries. Or is that Y? I can't read the username. Yeah, no worries that you just got here. It will be explained plenty on the show. And liberals didn't disregard the Constitution before Trump. Yeah, again, Booth, you're gonna get muted. If you want to discuss that, I'm happy to. It's the whole point of the show. I actually talk for hours about these sorts of things. I just don't do it with the comment section. It doesn't make as good a show. So if you want to hit the request button on your screen, if anybody in here is a Trump supporter who disagrees with me and wants to defend that they are in fact a patriot, now's the time. The show has just started. I gotta give a huge shout out for Diane, who just shared the live with, it seems like, everybody they've ever met in their entire life. How do you even have that many people to share with? Oh my God, thank you. That's incredible. Pushing the views up. That's what we need. I hope you're sharing it with Trump supporters. I hope that all the people you're sending the live to are Trump supporters who think they're patriots, who are going to come in and try to defend the claim that I will claim that if you support Trump, you're not a patriot. If you support Trump, you don't know what a patriot is. Yeah. Talking about DEI in the chat. I'm not even going to address that. David says, I need a call. Yeah. We do need a call, but sometimes it's hard to get people to call in. I think that while the sign is offensive, especially those who've seen my show before, they're probably not excited about calling in and trying to defend it, because I don't know why people call in at all. It's like, if you follow me, if you watch, I guess maybe like a bunch of debate hosts aren't very good at it, but like my success rate on like clowning these people is really high. Each one of them that calls them thinks they're special. They're the one that's gonna get me. Alpha Tots 1999 says, no, youngster, you are just too naive to understand life. How old do you think I am? Like playing that game. Everybody calls me a kiddo on here. Yeah, if I disagree with you, it must be because I'm young and naive, not because the things I'm saying don't make sense, not because there's a defensible counterclaim to the things I'm arguing. You're just gonna like try to dad mog me and say like, oh, youngster, you don't even know what you're talking about. I kind of do. I'm an adult. I have some idea of what I'm talking about. Up is down and down is up. Yep. Been following Trump's Truth Social, so I'm all confused. Don't want to ask for my elbow because I've been listening to Trump. el.chico.tech.edu's back. Oh my God, that guy. Are we talking again, el.chico.tech.edu? You're the guy who would starve 99 kids just to make sure that you starved one more. Literally. We've talked about that quite a lot. There's so many people accusing me of taking that out of context. Like, I put it on Instagram and it got lots of views, and people are like, yeah, dude, you must have like twisted his argument. And I'm like, no, dude, I asked him like a dozen times, and he definitely wants to starve 99 kids to make sure that we starve an additional kid who wasn't eligible for the food program. How's that No Kings protest? It was amazing. It was a very, very nice day. Most of this work I do of like engaging with this political activism and debate and stuff like that is like really soul wrenching and terrible. It's kind of heartbreaking to run this show. That was a really nice day, and I got to see Joan Baez perform, and she's like a folk hero of mine, and I'm a folk singer, so it was a big deal for me. I had a really, really nice day at No King's Day. Wasn't a riot. I had somebody call in and say it was a violent riot, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's an event that here in Minneapolis, in the Minneapolis metro area, the event was at the one city over in St. Paul, the state capital, and we had like 200,000 people show up as the top end of the estimate. Bottom end of the estimate's 100,000, which is a wide range, but it's hard to count a crowd that big. And it was incredible. Biggest crowd I've ever been in. Biggest crowd that's ever been at the state capitol here. And it was totally peaceful and chill. Yeah. el.chico.tech.edu. You're good for the content, not good for the comment section. So you're getting muted for the day. If you want to talk again, you can call right in and we can do it. The comment section's getting away from me. I can't read all these fast enough. And so one of you has to call in and talk to me and make the show what it is. MAGA are violent. Correct. Did you protest King Charles or did you hide? I don't live in England. King Charles had some poignant things to say about American politics, ironically enough. Autumn's asking if I do live on YouTube too. Not yet, working on it. Got some tech problems to solve on that. But if you want me to be able to spend more time outside of the show working on making the show better, you can hit up the link tree in my bio and donate me some fucking money, because it is goddamn time consuming to sit here for 2 hours a day. And then like I actually listen to every show over again, which is insane. Drives me mad hearing my own voice that much. But that's how I get the clips. I can't give up any of my attention to figuring what's going to be a good Instagram clip while on the show. Everybody wants me to get a notepad and write it down. But that, if I was sitting here scribbling notes, I need to give the calls my full attention. I can't do it. It doesn't work. So it's very, very time consuming running this show. And when I want to expand things like add workload by figuring out my tech problems that'll allow me to stream on both, because I did try, lagged like crazy, and my computer's powerful enough, so I must be doing something wrong. So I need to spend some time figuring that out, and then I need to increase the workload of the show by having another thing to manage while I run the show. So if you want to like help, we can do that. It's a group effort. There's like a dozen people who work on this show between the moderators, and like I have like kind of some live fact checking that happens in the background to keep me straight on this stuff. So it's not just Oskar you're talking to when you come in. I've got a lot of people donating their time to make this thing work, and I'm super duper thankful to all of them. A bunch of them are already in the chat. We've got some moderators, and who's here? A bunch of my regular names aren't here yet, but that's okay. They do the work for free, so they don't have to show up. But here we go. Oh, we got RC. Now RC bailed the other day because they like. Why'd you leave the call yesterday or whenever that was? RC, what happened?
Kicked me. I did not. You kicked me.
Oh wait, which one are you? Am I mixing you up? What did we talk about? I
don't know who your other streamers are. I just know I was kicked.
Okay, remind me your age. How old are you?
I'm 29. How old are you?
30.
Okay, there we go. You're feeling aches and pains like me too, then.
No, if you go to my Instagram story, you'll see a bunch of videos of me doing handstands, because I was in the bars last night goofing off with my buddies, and I take real good care of myself. Got my smoothie to start the day right when I'm done with my coffee. I take real good care of my body.
Extra soy in it?
No soy, just strawberry, banana, and almond milk.
Almond milk?
Yep. Yeah.
That's just as, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if I'd been drinking whole milk this whole time, I'd have some of those aches and pains. I'm sorry to hear that you haven't taken as good care of your body as mine. Do you want to discuss politics or not?
Yeah.
What's
Are you gonna crash out?
Maybe, dude. You're a really bad person. You might get me to crash out. I think if you get me to crash out...
I'm a bad person.
Yeah, dude, you're a terrible person. But
wait, can my political opinions make me a bad person? Like, you even know what I do?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
So if I'm great with my mother, great with my father, good with my friends...
And you vote for a rapist as president? Yeah, terrible person.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You can do so many good things.
So what if you vote for someone that wants to unalive babies?
Are you talking about abortion?
Yeah, and is okay with...
Babies are things that have been born, and I don't think that the unborn are babies. I think early along...
I think you're a terrible person then, for that opinion.
Yeah. I know that
we both think we're terrible people.
My biologists also don't recognize, don't call the things that we abort babies. It's not an accurate term for what they are.
That's not true.
Fetuses, zygotes, embryos, those are accurate terms. Babies...
Over 96% of biologists agree that life begins at the point of conception. So that's just not true.
That's not I didn't talk about life or conception. I talked about terminology. I talked about babies versus embryos, fetuses, and zygotes, and then you brought up a completely different point and said that that's not what I said, which correct.
What's a fetus?
Dude, I'm actually not going to go down that rabbit hole.
It's all human life. That's the okay. Don't.
Right? Because I immediately predicted where it was going to go, because we don't need to go down that hole, because you don't care about the terminology. You care about it being human life, and that's what you want to talk about. I am willing to talk about that with you, but we have to admit first that you don't give a shit about the biological terminology if you're just going to fall back to it being human life. Because literally a cancerous tumor that is removed from a person by a doctor is human life. They kill those cells in the cancerous tumor. So like, the definition of something being human life just isn't meaningful to me. People who are brain dead in the hospital and their family chooses to unplug them, that's human life being ended by doctors. Like it doesn't matter, dude. Like these.
But when biologists over 96% of them say that human life begins at the point of conception, do you think they're talking about cancer cells?
I think that there is like a long continuum from the sex act that caused it.
What kind of cells do you think they're referring to?
Dude, you gotta let me talk.
You're talking about skin cells? Like, can you be good faith for 10 seconds?
I'm pretty good faith, man. What's the question?
You're talking about how human life can be cancer cells. No, they're referring to a zygote. They're referring to when the egg is fertilized by the sperm. So. Okay.
Yeah, I recognize that that's your definition around it. I'm just saying that my whole thing is that, like, I'm really concerned with suffering. Like in general. Just like to put abortion aside for a second. We'll get back there in like 30 seconds. I'm concerned with suffering. When humans suffer, I don't like that. When animals suffer, I don't like that. I'm not really so concerned with inanimate objects. You know, people can be caused to suffer because maybe an inanimate object that they care about was damaged, but like that still falls back on the fact that there was suffering. My whole thing is that I don't think that this sort of, at the point in development where we allow abortion to happen, it's at a point that is long before the baby that you're talking about, that you want to call a baby, long before that baby exists and can suffer. We're talking about terminating a ball of cells that doesn't have neuroanatomy yet. That's why I don't care about abortion, because I don't think there's any suffering caused by it. In fact, there's a great amount of suffering that's caused for the mother if she has to go through a pregnancy that she doesn't want to, because that's a really horrible thing that she then involuntarily has to go through with her body. That's suffering.
And she voluntarily used her body to get pregnant, though.
You think that every pregnancy is wanted?
No, obviously not.
Then then I don't even need to take apart what you just said, because you just admitted you were wrong about it, because you just said that she wanted it, and then you admitted that there are cases where she didn't want it, so it's involuntary. Again, my point, I don't want to breeze past it. I don't care if you call it a baby or not. What I care about is if you think a ball of cells can suffer. Do you think that the fetus suffers in an abortion?
The fetus suffers? No, I don't even think a newborn baby, if you unalive it, suffers. It doesn't know anything.
So to be clear,
So I don't think that's a good standard. I don't think suffering is a good standard.
You said it for me. I was just going to ask. To be clear, suffering is not your standard. You're not concerned with You're not concerned with passing policy that reduces suffering in the world.
Does a newborn baby understand anything that's going on? It can't conceive suffering, so you can just unalive a newborn baby with that logic.
No, dude, I've done a lot of childcare. Babies can absolutely suffer, and it's very hard to watch a baby suffer. And unfortunately, because babies like...
Newborn baby?
Yeah.
A newborn baby?
Yeah, babies can suffer.
But what about 2 days before it was born?
Yeah, and we don't abort babies that late in the term.
Yeah, but you wouldn't send anyone to prison for doing it, because you said only born babies do you consider valuable. That's what you said at the beginning.
I said I only consider it a baby after it's born, and then I said some other things about my thoughts on suffering.
So what is it 2 days before it's born? It's not a baby?
It's still a fetus. It's a baby when it's born. But again, these definitions don't matter.
What's the difference?
What I'm concerned with is the suffering. And a baby that is 2 days away from being born can suffer, which is why we don't abort them. So we abort them.
It can suffer months before it's born.
Months before it's born, but again, the cutoff point.
So you wouldn't abort it months before it's born?
You're doing this thing where you think you're leading me down some kind of hole because you're not giving me enough time to answer these questions, but I actually have clear, concise, and consistent answers to everything you're saying, and you're just pretending I don't. Is this good faith?
I've been letting you answer the question, but you're saying suffering is your standard. Yeah. And suffering can happen many months before birth. Yeah. So would you prevent abortion in those cases?
Yes. We only allow abortion before the point where the doctors think the baby can suffer. And we're pretty sure that a ball of cells that doesn't have any neuroanatomy can't suffer, because if you understand biology, you know that only something that has neuroanatomy can suffer. So
what do you even mean by suffer, though? That it can feel pain? Like it has pain receptors?
Sentience is really the important thing.
Why? What if it doesn't realize it? Sure, it has like technical biological sentience, whatever kind of arbitrary notion of sentience you want to put out.
I don't think that sentience is arbitrary. It's difficult to define for some really deep philosophical reasons.
Well, they're not conscious. They're not aware of what's going on.
We don't know at what point the awareness begins, but we do have a range where it's really obvious that the awareness hasn't begun because they don't have brains yet.
But even a newborn baby.
My whole position is predicated on the fact that you need a brain to suffer.
Okay, so...
And again, I just don't want to breeze past the fact that you actually admit, you were happy to admit that your policy positions aren't based on what causes suffering. What are they based on?
No, it's not. No, because Nazis can suffer, and you can torture Nazis back in World War II, and I have no issue with that. Suffering is a weird...
Right, and self-defense is allowed because if you're genociding people, unaliving you might be better for the world. So self-defense?
Yeah, no, it's not even self-defense. If someone were to have captured a Nazi and just torture them to death, that's not self-defense.
Do you believe in self-defense, period? Just yes or no? Like if
I do, but that's not the claim that I was making.
No, but I just want to clarify your position on suffering, because if somebody attacks me and I have the right to defend myself, the reason I have the right to defend myself is because they have violated my right not to suffer, thus forfeiting their right. Okay, so again, this whole Nazis thing.
But that's not what I said. I'm saying that there are people that can suffer.
I'm trying to understand.
I'm not protecting myself.
You said
it's okay.
No, I'm not going to let it go. You said that you don't use suffering as your standard for what good policy is.
No, I don't.
I'm trying to understand what you do use for your standard. If it's
I'm a Christian nationalist. What do you think? What do you think I use? The Bible.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
that's my moral arbiter.
So let's talk about the Bible, because in the Bible, a woman cheats on her husband and then she is ordered to go to the priest and take his bitters into her body that will swell her abdomen and cause her to miscarry. So God prescribes an abortion if a woman cheats. Are you okay with that?
I'm not a Jew. I'm a Christian. I don't know if you heard me.
So
that's Old Testament. That's Mosaic law. You have to ask a Jew for that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a rabbi.
Okay.
I follow Christ. Okay, so I mean,
Christ thinks that you should feed the hungry. Even
you want to ask me a bad faith biblical question. I'm not defending.
All right, I'm trying to follow the target as you move it. Now you're a Christian nationalist who only listens to the word of Jesus.
Did I say I'm a Jewish nationalist or a Christian nationalist?
I'm keeping up with the goalposts that you're moving. Let's keep down the track.
You just want to try to. You said
you follow the word of Jesus. I have a question about the word of Jesus. Jesus said that you should feed the hungry.
And then I'm not doing a Bible study with you because you're going to ask bad faith questions.
It's my show. You can stay or leave. The show's going to go the way that I want it. And the way it's going to go right now is that I'm going to ask you if you agree with Jesus that we should feed the hungry even if they're a foreigner to our land.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely. As an individual, the state shouldn't mandate that you do it, though. That's not what Jesus called for.
Well, I mean, whether or not the state mandates it, would you then condemn Donald Trump for denying Americans their SNAP benefits? Because he literally caused hungry people to starve.
No, not at all.
So you don't think that the president should follow the word of Jesus as a Christian nationalist?
I think that if he's a Christian, he should. But the word of Jesus is that you as an individual feed the homeless. You don't force everyone else that's not a Christian to do it. Just like Jesus wouldn't force other people.
Donald Trump personally took food out of the mouths of hungry people with his policy decisions. I'm asking you.
That's not what Jesus called for. Jesus didn't call for the state to mandate. Jesus said that you as an individual follower of me should do it. And that's what you should do as a Christian.
Do you think if Jesus looked at the SNAP benefits program, he would say, no, this is unchristian. I have nothing to do with this? Or do you think he'd be a fan of it?
Jesus would say, if you're forcing this is not Christian. Christianity is about free will. So.
Donald Trump used his free will.
Nice try, I guess.
Donald Trump used his free will to deny people their food benefits. And you think that was not an unchristian thing for him to do?
That's not the government's responsibility to feed.
That's not the question I asked. I asked you if Jesus was watching, as I assume you think he was, on the day that Donald Trump went against a court order, by the way, if we're going to talk about government rules. He disobeyed the laws of the land to starve those people. Do you think Jesus was watching from the clouds?
To starve those people? They're starving to death right now.
Do you think that Jesus was watching from the clouds
on that day? Oh, no, they couldn't get their Krispy Kreme donut.
Do you think that Jesus was watching from the clouds that day and thought, good job, Trump, denying those people their SNAP benefits?
I don't know what Jesus thought when Trump did that.
I'm asking you how you think.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not... Jesus didn't
don't know.
call for
how
the
convenient.
state to
mandate. I thought you should get this stuff straight, man, because you're a Christian nationalist and you don't even understand. You don't even have an opinion on what Jesus would think about the current president.
But I don't want to live in a theocracy. I want everyone to choose to follow Christ on their own volition and free will.
Okay, so you think...
You want me to force Christian policies when it's convenient for your socialist beliefs.
If Donald Trump was presented the option to deny
Jesus is also anti-abortion. Do you want to force that? Do you think Jesus would be happy that people are allowed to get
I'm an atheist, and I think everything you're saying is nonsensical. I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies.
So you're just being bad faith, like I said. You're just picking and choosing the policies you think Jesus would support that are beneficial to your worldview.
I'm asking you about what you think Jesus would support, and you're exercising bad faith and being inconsistent.
Well, Jesus would support you housing the homeless, you feeding the homeless, you letting in people to foster, but you as an individual doing these things.
Okay.
Jesus is not in favor of some weird socialist utopia that you're arguing for, that the government mandates that you have to do these things.
So Jesus also said that we should treat the foreigner who resides among us as we would any other person. Do you agree with that particular teaching of Jesus?
Yeah, and Jesus also follows the law. So if that foreigner's breaking the law to be here, no, you're not supposed.
Okay, show me the verse in the Bible. Yes. Show me the verse in the Bible that makes clear that that the laws of the land are more important than the teachings of Jesus.
Well, pay to Caesar what is Caesar's, pay to God what is God's. So there is clear instruction to follow the law of the land.
Above the law of God.
No, the law of God instructs to follow the law of the land. Jesus even says to obey your masters, your slave masters. I don't know if you want to read that verse of Jesus, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take a suggestion from the chat on the direction here. So, okay, you do think it is more. You have to make sure you're following the law of the land. And then, as a secondary thing, you have to follow the teachings of Christ, right?
Yeah, even obey your slave master. That's what Jesus says.
Okay,
you want to read that first?
So you do understand that the president that the whole show is about, that I talk about, is a convicted felon who doesn't obey the laws of the land, right?
He's the leader, though. He's the leader, so he's making the laws.
Oh, you think that you think that the president is above the law?
You call Trump the president? I call him king. So you want to? I'm kidding.
Dude,
you guys are so bad. You're so happy to clap for an actual
people
king.
Call in and say that shit, dude. It's not.
Yeah, well, you guys clapped for King Charles. You guys were so happy for him.
He said some poignant things about how
he's a king, though. I thought you guys didn't.
Yeah, he's not he's a king in a country that has kings. We're talking about America. So again,
we have a king too.
You sidestepped it, so I'm just going to bring us right back. The president doesn't follow the laws, but you just spent 5 minutes explaining to me that you have to follow the law of the land, even if it violates the teachings of Jesus. So why are you okay with the president that you call a king, which again is just a further inconsistency because you're sitting here mad at me for acknowledging the existence of King Charles and having an opinion about the things that he said on TV, which were quite poignant in my opinion. He was kind of clowning on us actually for him being a king. He used that as part of the satire. It might have gone over your head, but it's very, very funny. Anyway. Question again. Why is it okay that Trump doesn't follow the law, given that you just pointed out that apparently, according to you, it is more important that you follow the law than you follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, which you yourself as a Christian nationalist apparently value?
I didn't say it's more important to follow the law than it is to follow the teachings of Christ. I said Christ said to even obey your master. So, no, it's not okay for Trump to do unchristian-like things. Trump is not my Christian apologetic perfect person that I would want running the Christian nationalist state that I have. It's an ideal.
Tell me about if the next couple of years of American politics go exactly the way that you want them to. What kind of country would we end up with? Describe it for me.
More Christian households, raising Christian children, parents staying together, the nuclear family getting back together. It all starts in the home.
I'm actually talking
about... You asked me to describe the country.
All right, and I'm clarifying my question because I'm not talking about the outcomes. I'm talking about the means. I'm saying, what do you want to happen in American politics? What kind of laws do you want passed? I
want... if you think I'm going to say arrest gay people, I'm not going to say anything crazy like that. I think you say
crazy shit like that on my show all the time. So forgive me for.
I think that I want the country.
I'm not asking you to tell me things that you don't want. Hello? I'm asking you to tell me things that you do want.
I want the country to look like if the founding fathers were to come back to life and see the country, they would be happy.
Do you think that they would be happy with the way that Trump is executing the authority of the president?
I think they would be happy with some things. I don't think that they would be happy with all. I think they would be very in support of the January 6ers, 100%. I think they would have taken it a lot further than the J6ers took it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think you guys would like you guys don't like the founding fathers, actually.
I like their core ideals. I mean, they're like racist old white dudes from the past who like owned slaves and stuff.
They were racist? Yeah. Racist old white dudes.
Yeah, the founding fathers.
You would have been better at the time. You'd have been like, slavery's so bad. You would have said that in the 1700s.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm the guy.
No, they weren't racist. They were products of the time period that they were existing in.
You know,
they were so racist.
Do you think that any slave owners were racist?
Did any of them harbor genuine hatred toward black people? I'm sure, but they were products of their life, of their time period. Okay. You're like, oh, they were. It's so easy to sit up on your high horse now, hundreds of years later.
Yes, it is. It is. I admit that. Is slavery?
Do you think the colonizers were evil too? Yeah, I'm sure you think that. It's just such an easy.
Is slavery bad?
Yeah, I would say slavery is bad, yes.
Okay, which, by the way, just as another way that you're completely inconsistent, because the Bible's very pro-slavery, so we'll just put that aside.
No, Jews are very pro-slavery. Jesus wanted to abolish the slaves.
Yeah. Cherry picking. I know.
But if you happen to be
right, so slavery was bad. The people who would you say that people who enslaved people were bad people?
We could look at them as that, but at the time period that they were doing it, no, absolutely not. They were a product of their time.
Yeah.
It's so easy to sit up on a high horse now, thousands of years later.
The standards increase, right? And so we can look at who the good people were 300 years ago and say that by modern standards, they were deplorable pieces of shit, which would be accurate. Because this incredible thing is happening where as time goes on, society is getting better at reducing suffering, which we started the call by discussing isn't your standard for policy, which is crazy. It's crazy in my opinion. I think it's absolutely messed up that your standard for policy is something other than suffering. I can't wrap my head around that.
You're okay with a million babies being aborted a year? That's suffering.
No, it isn't. We had a whole conversation about how
it is suffering.
No, you're okay.
It is suffering.
You know my position on this. We literally spent like 5 or 10 minutes at the beginning of the call talking about how I don't think that the fetuses and embryos and zygotes that we abort are capable of suffering, and that forcing women to stay pregnant causes them to suffer. So, and then also
you want all policy positions to revolve around preventing suffering.
Yeah,
is that your standard?
Hot take.
So like, what if two brothers want to get married that are adults? Are they suffering? Because that's their choice. You wouldn't prevent that, since it's all predicated around suffering.
I actually recognize that philosophical argument. It's one that I've made because the whole reason that we don't allow incest has to do with reproduction in a biological sense.
I said brothers.
Yes, and then the brothers thing turns that on its head and says because they can't reproduce, we have to come up with a different argument for why it's bad. We have to have a societal.
You said it's suffering, so that's not suffering anymore. You're pivoting away from your own moral standard.
I'm recognizing that your example was good, and you're telling me I'm wrong. Do you want me to say that your example is bad?
I'm asking you then if suffering is your ultimate.
I figured out how to talk to RC. I figured it out. I have to agree with you so that you'll tell me I'm wrong.
I'm asking you if suffering is the basis in which that you're forming laws around, and two brothers getting married that are adults are not causing any suffering, then what is your new standard? I'm showing the inconsistencies of your standard.
I'm saying that my moral standards actually don't prevent two brothers from being with each other. I'm a little grossed out by the concept, but you're right. I don't have a good argument for it.
Okay, fair enough.
Again, you say fair enough because I have to tell you 6 times in a row that I agree with you. Because if it doesn't cause any suffering, then it's fine. I think that's
why I don't think suffering is a good standard. That's my point.
Why not?
I just gave you an example of why not. There's plenty of other examples I could think of right now that would put a gray area in your suffering. It just puts it. It throws holes in your suffering standard.
I guess the burden then is back on you to show me why it is bad.
Christian nationalism, hello, I've already made that clear. It has worked for thousands of years.
It's not working at all. Chad, yes or no? Is Christian nationalism working for RC in this call?
We have the United States because of it. We have Western civilization because of it.
Well, actually,
it's your atheist, human secularist bullshit that's destroying the country.
Trying to reduce suffering so bad,
look at everyone.
Right?
You're asking your own chat, who are 99% socialist in here, if Christian nationalism is a good idea. Of course they're going to say no.
Chat, if anybody in the chat considers themselves a socialist, please say the words in the chat, I'm a socialist. If not, say the words, I'm not a socialist. Just because I did 2 polls. We do.
They won't lie.
Let's see. We do have a socialist. We got 1 socialist. We got a lot of people saying mean things about you. We got some socialists. I expected there to be some, but there's way more who are not socialist. Yes, socialist. Not Somebody's making fun of socialists. Not socialist, not socialist, not socialist, not socialist. Mostly not socialist. There are some socialists.
Oh, someone said, RC, go K yourself. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the things that I said.
Let me prove a point. Here, I'm going to turn my camera on and do it right now, actually. Let me do that.
Yep, let's do it. I got to go.
Oh, I thought you were against suffering. Wow, look at that.
What did I do that was pro-suffering?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to cause suffering to myself. I thought you were against that.
What?
And now look at all these people that are against suffering encouraging me to go K myself.
I don't, what is it? You said you're
I thought you guys were so against suffering and so pro-life.
Are you turning your camera on or not? Are you turning?
I'm going to K myself right now on camera.
Don't do that, please.
So why did you encourage it by putting me on the big screen and saying, okay, do it?
You asked me to put the camera up, so I did, and then you said what you were going to do, and I said, don't do that.
Yeah, you guys are not against suffering. You're all pieces of shit lunatics, and I just proved it in 5 seconds.
What did I do? You're talking to me. You're talking to me. Focus up. Pay attention to me. What did I do?
I said, I'm going to K myself. I'm going to turn my camera on and do it. And you're like, okay. And you put me on the big screen and said,
maybe you said it earlier and I didn't hear. But the moment I detected that was your plan, I said, please don't do that.
I said, someone said, RC, go K yourself. And I said, all right, let me prove a point. I'm going to do it right now on camera. And then you put me on the big screen.
What did I do?
Yeah, you put me on the big screen encouraging it.
You asked me to, and then
I thought Mr. Against Suffering over here, you would find that bad. But apparently you're encouraging it. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Who are you doing this for? Like,
you guys are hypocrites. I'm just so easy to point it. It's so easy to like.
So obviously bad faith. Like, are you lying to yourself? Like, who do you think you're convincing by accusing me?
Who told you to put me on the big screen? You chose to do it.
You told me to.
No, I didn't say put me on the big screen. I said I'm going to K myself and turn my camera on to prove a point.
Okay, you said you. I didn't hear that the first time. I wouldn't have put it up.
Yeah, you did.
All right,
you're lying.
Accuse me of lying.
I literally read the comment. I said, someone said, RCK yourself. I said, okay, I'm going to prove a point. Let me turn my camera on and K myself. You're like, okay.
The reason I love having you on my show is that because I don't even need to talk to make you look bad. I just need to platform you. It's great. It makes my job so easy.
Oh, you think I'm the one that looks bad here? Yeah. Once, if anyone's recording this, it leaves this stupid gay echo chamber, and like rational people watch this. You think you're still gonna look good?
I'm recording it, and the entire conversation's going on YouTube because the show gets posted every day on YouTube a few hours after.
Okay, when like your 100 viewers, if it ever like actually goes viral,
276 people watching right now.
No, I mean on your YouTube when you post it.
Okay.
If it can somehow break the barrier and become viral, you still think that when those normal people are watching it are going to think you're the one that looks good?
Yeah. Decent
people. Yeah, that's a product of being in an echo chamber. When you sit in the same Discord chat with smelly basement dwellers that are all supporting socialism and you're all circle jerking each other, you tend to think that all your ideas are good.
I think if this show was an echo chamber, I don't think that you would be... Ooh. Lost my internet for a second. Are we back? Are we back, chat? Sorry, lost my internet for just a second. Are you back? Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. I think that if the show was an echo chamber, you wouldn't be on it.
No, yeah, okay, man. I'm saying that the people watching you're all existing within an echo chamber. But yeah, I give you credit for bringing up opposition.
Yeah, I can handle the smoke. Everybody says I don't want this smoke. What the fuck am I doing, man? I'm sitting here taking it. Anything else? Got lots of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I'll ask you one more, but there's so many other subjects that I would like to cover.
Yeah, well, you can call in every day, dude. It's good for the channel. You're doing great for my content.
Can you define what a man is?
I'm not doing that one with you. We've done that one before. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what a man is. It's not important.
You do care. You care so much that you won't define it.
Don't care. Not important.
You care enough. You care a lot.
I don't even care.
I don't want to offend trans people. Because if I define it wrong, they might unalive themselves.
No, I just don't give a shit what anybody's defined as. I care about suffering, not labels. I just don't give a shit.
You don't care about suffering. You just encouraged me to K myself, piece of shit.
I didn't. People can roll it back and check. I sure didn't do that. But
you guys keep muting Liam. He's a good man. He's a father. He's the example that the founding fathers wanted for men in this country. And you guys hate people like him.
People think I care so much about you. Who the fuck is Liam?
I just told you who Liam is. He's a good Christian man that is raising a family.
You described Liam. I don't know who he is. I don't know who Liam is.
I'm telling you who he is. You asked me, and I'm telling you who he is.
You're telling me about him.
On your side hate men like that.
Like, who is Liam? What the fuck are we talking about?
I just told you who he is.
I don't know. Okay, apparently he's a good Christian man. You think you're a good Christian man, so I'm actually not going to believe you when you tell me that somebody else is a good Christian man.
Do I go around saying I'm a good Christian man? I like to give people on your side the taste of their own fucking medicine. I like to be the person that
Let's examine it. Let's examine the claim. Let's examine. No, shut up. You're going to listen. I'm not going to move on from it. This is what's happening on the show next. We're going to examine.
Hello, I never claimed to be good.
We're going to examine the claim.
I did claim to be Christian, though.
You did it for me, actually. Good job. So you're not a good man, to be clear.
I don't know. People want to perceive me as good. They can. I don't go around self-labeling as a good person.
I'm asking about your own person.
Cringe. I think that's cringe to do that.
I don't know, dude. You came up and labeled yourself as a Christian nationalist. Why are you with that label?
I did. That's because that's based. Because I'm a nationalist. The interest of America should come before the interest of other countries, and Christianity should be the moral standard of the United States, as it always has.
You said something very interesting. You said that the interests of America should come first?
Yes.
Then what the fuck are we doing supporting Israel? Why did we send $40 billion to Argentina? Why did we pardon the Honduran president? Why are we doing all these things that are good for other countries that are bad for us? Yeah.
I said the interests of America should come first. I think that there are Zionists in this country that take it too far in putting the interest of Israel before our own, and I don't support that. But it's strategic to have an ally in the Middle East when you have a bunch of self-deleting P3DOs that are like raping little girls that are calling themselves Muslims. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that religion, and I think it's good to have a strategic ally in the region.
All right, I decided at the beginning of the call that you were only going to get 30 minutes of my show today. You have 90 seconds left. You can spend them however you want. Try not to get banned. What do you got?
Well, it's the most entertaining the show's been, but since I'll take the 90 seconds and say, put your faith in Jesus Christ. That's the most important thing you can do. Amen. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you have a good day.
I don't think he does hope that I have a good day. el.chico.tech.edu, you're also very entertaining, but you're a regular caller, so I am going to leave you in the queue for now. If you want to hang out until later in the show, we're going to talk to Jose Velt is perhaps how that's supposed to be pronounced. And everybody knows what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask after they connect. Nope, they disconnected. We're going to talk to, I can't read this one. I'm going to have to dig through my...
Yeah.
How old are you?
Let me think. 31.
Oh,
getting old.
Yeah. People always say that if the guest has to think about it, they're lying. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I forget how old I am sometimes. I stopped counting a few years ago.
I did too.
Got to check. Are you a Trump supporter?
Something of the sort.
if you could push a button that would cause Trump to immediately be impeached and convicted and removed from office, would you push the button?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then why do you think he should stay president?
He's just a great man. He's doing, let's see, how do I put this? Unfinished business. How about that?
You think that Donald Trump is a great man? You think it was?
Yeah, man.
You think it was great for him to threaten to destroy to cause an entire civilization to die? Do you think those are the words of a great man?
Well, didn't he say it'd be like a parking lot?
So he said a bunch of horrible shit. I quoted.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a parking lot, dude, I mean, I got like 8 cars.
So you want to liquidate Iran and turn it into a parking lot for your car?
Well, not liquidate, but...
Make an argument, dude. I'm going to skip you and move on if you don't have something. It's bad for the show for you to come up and not have something you want to talk about.
Yeah, man. It's just MAGA are not patriots.
Yeah, that I'll defend. I think.
So make America great again. Is it being a patriot?
Yeah, and the you know what the Nazis called themselves?
What?
National Socialists. Do you think that the Nazi Party in Germany exercised socialist ideologies? Or do you think
one?
I'm asking. Okay, specifically, the claim I'm making is that the label MAGA, Make America Great Again, is obviously a good sounding thing, but it represents a group of people who aren't patriots because they don't believe in American values. Because if you believe in American values, you wouldn't want Donald Trump to be president. That's
what's American values.
Oh, let's see. Guest violation. I got to get rid of you. Sorry, that might have been the previous guest, but I also don't think that guest did anything. Yeah, Yeah, people are saying that was a troll in the chat. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to quit the show early today because I'll lose guest privileges for having. I gotta stop having RC on. He's too hateful. Like literally for the TikTok live. I would love to have him on. Obviously, he's great for my show. But yeah, I gotta watch it with the TOS. Go follow Oskar Quentin 2 with a 2 on the end. That's my backup account. It has live privileges. I don't know if it has multi-guest privileges. I should do some just hanging out. I should do some just hanging out streams on there to make sure I get live privileges. All right, we're going to talk to AD Hyper Dad, so ADHD, what Hyper Dad. And we're going to ask him, of course, how old he is.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold on for super long. You got to get that background noise down.
Sorry, it's not showing. Yeah, I'm in a machine shop. Sorry about that. I'm 30.
He's in a machine shop. Please call back when you're not in a machine shop. This profile is just like the X emoji, so don't know what to call them, but they're going to connect, and I'm going to ask them how old they are.
I need a doctor.
How old are you?
This is not easy for me. You know that. Now let's go back to the
Hello?
children's ward.
Hello?
It's such a lovely...
Nope. Okay, we're not listening. Liam here. Is this the famous Liam who's apparently a good Christian man, according to RC? I've heard the name Liam. I think he's a regular caller. I just don't know like which one he is, who he is. Liam.
I'm 44.
Okay. Yeah. Are you the Liam that RC was talking about?
There's only one Liam on TikTok.
I think that's probably wrong.
Yeah, but there's one that everyone despises on the left.
I'm trying to get you guys to explain this to me in clear language because I genuinely want to know like who this Liam is. Yes, he was talking about you. The answer to the question, to be clear, was yes.
Yes.
You could have just said yes, and we wouldn't have wasted any time talking about this. You guys are so bad at radio. Anyway, what's up, Liam? You a Trump supporter?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely MAGA for sure. Yeah, the thing is, I congratulate the president when he does good things. Mm-hmm. And I'm concerned when he does things that I don't understand as an American voter, and I try to navigate that for sure. I really despise a lot of the violence from the left right now. I don't know.
Wait, you're moving on to other things. I actually want to address something you said at the very beginning, which I think is an interesting psychological little trick that you played on yourself that a lot of Trump supporters played on themselves, which is that you commend him for the good things he did, which I'm also willing to do, by the way. Operation Warp Speed. Good job, Trump. Anyway, so you commend him for the good things, but then you didn't say that you don't support the bad things. You said that you are concerned about the things that you don't understand.
How about the first step back?
Let me finish my point.
How about the first step back?
Let me finish my point. My point is that you see something that Trump does that you think is good, and then you go, good job, Trump. You see something that maybe you don't think is good, and instead of saying that it's not good, you say that you must not understand why he has done it. So your assumption is that if you see Trump do something that you think is bad, you immediately assume it's actually good, you just can't understand it. Is that the way that you view the president?
No, I just think that we as human beings, I think that we live in our emotions before we think rationally when it comes to, a lot of the stuff that's going on. We don't have, the intel, that honestly, that the president and his cabinet, obviously the military, has and stuff, and they see a threat way different than we do. They can't give us, this information. It's
you're being long-winded.
It would be a threat.
You're being long-winded, but the answer to my question is yes. You're saying that there must be some intel that explains the bad things he's doing that you don't have. Yes, you do think.
Oh yeah, when it comes to like world conflicts and stuff, yeah. But not Strait of Hormuz,
foreign policy, but not domestic policy.
And some domestic policy as well, yeah, for sure. If you talk,
not all domestic policy.
You have to go case by case. It's not a generalization here, dude. Come on.
Well, you started by talking about some generalizations. I'm just trying to understand your generalizations. Is this the way that you thought about President Biden?
I didn't think about him at all. I thought about the third term for Barack Obama. I thought about an auto pen. I thought about a man that seemed like he was fumbling around with every sentence. I mean, the highlight reel of that man trying to make cognitive, any type of conversation or decisions was painful, dude.
So wait. Wait. Just like
his cabinet kicked him out of the house.
I have a question. Hello, I have a question. Because like 20 seconds ago, you told me that you didn't think about him at all, and then you started listing things that you thought about him. What's going on, dude?
I mean, I'm a rational person, dude. What am I supposed to think?
Question was that you just told is that I have a question about what you just said, which is that you said you didn't think about Biden at all, and then you started listing things that you thought about him. I'm just trying to square that. Which is it?
I'm saying things that weren't really coming from his own person. Okay, I said an auto pen. That's not really, you know.
You were
Biden.
talking about him bumbling his speech and stuff that he did. You were talking about a bunch of stuff that he did, including using the auto pen. So, like, do you think about him or not?
Yeah, I mean, we will all think about our commander in chief, you know, the president. But my one question too, moving forward, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you this. I think it's very important.
Okay.
Your piece of garbage moderator Will that likes to mute people for no slurs. That's anti-America. But anyway,
it's not about America. It's about TikTok. We're trying to get the show taken down.
Will's a piece of shit, okay? Because I didn't say anything in the comments that was inappropriate. But that's you. Okay. Maybe you need to put a leash on him. But he is.
Will does great work. Love you, Will.
But he's an Antifa. But he's an Antifa.
I'm also anti-fascist. Are you pro-fascism?
Look at his.
Yes or no? Like, yes or no? Are you pro-fascism?
What type of fascism?
Any kind of fascism.
Would you say Donald Trump is a fascist? Oh, there.
Got a harassment.
There's the bull.
Yeah, dude, I got a harassment and bullying flag from TikTok, so I had to remove you. But like literally, it was because you were calling Will, a piece of shit. I'm not gonna say it again because it's such a juvenile, like middle school insult that it flags TikTok's system. They thought of that one. You just have to be more creative when you're mean to people. Anyway, my goodness. el.chico.tech.edu. There's 2 people in the queue after you. I had like a dozen at the beginning of the show, but it's so fun when the queue fills up. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna clown on this lib," and then I get to talking, and then they all run away. They're like, "Oh shit, I don't want to talk to this guy." We're gonna talk to Vincent Bano 2. Vincent Bano 2. Anyway, Vincent, how old are you?
I'm 68 years old.
You a Trump supporter?
No, but I think...
Love you, Vincent, but I'm sorry, I got to keep the show going. You can call back at the end in like an hour, and we can talk about whatever you want during the Just Friendlies time, the Just Us Girls hour. But if you're not a Trump supporter, get out of my queue for now. Bruno for the win, hopefully, is a Trump supporter. He's the last one in the queue, and then it's you and me, El Chico. We're gonna talk again. Everybody's ready for El Chico. He's coming. Ooh, that time comes now because that other guy just disconnected right away. So el.chico.tech.edu is going to remind us all how old he is, which for some reason I can't even remember because I should have it memorized by now. How old are you, el.chico.tech.edu?
Oh, can you hear me?
It's not great. Kind of noisy and you're muffled. Can you fix it? Everybody else ran away, so I do want to talk to you.
Yeah, let me, can you hear me now?
Can you get to a different room? There's noise and your audio's bad. Can I mute you for 30 seconds and we can try again? I'll do a little mid-roll.
No, let me finish my set and then I'll call back.
Okay, you can call right back. I'm going to disconnect him, but the queue is empty for now, so I will just remind everybody to get double tapping away on the screen so we can hopefully get some fresh MAGA meat in here to discuss literally anything they want with me, because I am not afraid of any topic. I am sick of certain topics, because I can't, spend this whole show talking about the same exact things every day. Been a little while since we've talked about E.G. and Carroll. How wonderful. But if you want to support the live in ways that are free, you can go to the link tree in my bio and follow me on the other platforms. If you're watching this live on TikTok, that's going to mean my Instagram and my YouTube. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, that's going to mean my TikTok and my Instagram. My Instagram's really cooking away these days, though. It's doing great on its own. And if you want to, like for real, though, if you, care about what I'm doing, if you like this show, you could go send me some money on Venmo, and it literally would make the show better, because I am tired. It is so time-consuming doing this for 2 hours and then reviewing the show and getting the clips and then, updating the resources and everything. That thing that happened the other day where the guy brought the resource against trans people where it said, right here, where there we go. Males to females retained a pattern regarding male pattern regarding criminality. I suspected that this ellipses was an omission of me being right, and I went and found the original resource, and I was exactly right. Ha! I was exactly right that the omission is that, but not compared to males. They left out the part where it said I was right. Yeah, I spend a lot of time behind the scenes, actually working on making the show better. So if you want to support me in that way, like it makes a difference. This is very exhausting. Let's read the chat for a moment because there's nobody here. Maybe I scared them all away in the first hour of the show, and the second half of the show is going to be just friendlies. Who we got in the chat? Lots of names I recognize. Mama Avery's here. Everybody give some love to Mama Avery and Will and Midwest Progressive. And sorry if I don't see any of my other mods in here. There's lots of mods today. Oh, Misingenuous is here. What are my opinions on hot dogs? They are convenient enough to eat sometimes, but they are not very good. Would you consider myself a liberal or a leftist? I've got a canned response for this one. I'm a liberal. When the Civil War... I mixed it up already. Can't talk. I'm a liberal. When the Civil War starts, I'll be a leftist. I don't want that to happen. But if we can avoid the Civil War, I'll stay a liberal because I want to fix the system. But if we get to the Civil War part, then I'll become a leftist because, gotta be on the right side of history. For those maybe who don't understand the dig, liberals want to fix the system. Leftists want to burn it down and make a new one. That's like the short answer to that. And I am a constitutionalist. I am a patriot. I want us to fix this little rabbit hole we've gone down with the Trump MAGA America thing. So, am I like Dean Withers? Somebody says you're like Dean Withers, ? I'm similar. I'm a white dude who yaps on TikTok Live about politics. He and I have slightly different styles, though. I don't use the mute button. That's the big thing I advertise about my debate policies is that if I ever have to use the mute button just to make the show listenable, I announce it and I really try to get the person to engage in a way that doesn't require me to mute them because I honestly think I'm just good enough at winning the verbal arm wrestling competition that it is to not mute these people. That's my special skill that I'm working on. There is a group of liberals who hate patriotism. There's a group of every group that's these are huge groups with millions of people in them. You can find bad ones, obviously. Have I ever been on Jubilee? What a flattering question, dude. I started in January. I'm a nobody. That's why I'm trying to show the link tree in the bio so I can actually get to doing this full time because I'm doing it when I say part time, I mean I'm literally doing it as one of my part-time jobs. I used to have basically 2 jobs and then I needed to do gig work and stuff to make it beyond that. Now this is my 3rd job. So I'm literally doing this as a part-time job. And it's helping out. Thanks for the galaxy, Jake. I appreciate you so much. I should actually, by the way, because I've been sitting here yapping about it, I should go make sure if I have any donation messages to read. I should check on that because Venmo doesn't give me notifications on my phone. I'm trying to fix that. Jake. W's in the chat for Jake for supporting the show. But yeah, I'd love to be on Jubilee. I think I'm the right type of guy. I think I was very excited a couple weeks ago when I decided that I was just going to post this entire live as a podcast every day because it took me a couple of months of doing this to get to a point where the entire show is worth listening to as a singular take podcast because there's just a lot of downtime where we're having it right now. There's nobody in the queue. If you're MAGA in the chat, please request, get a conversation going. But I've gotten pretty good at filling the dead air and I have co-hosts who hop up and fill some of the dead air when the show doesn't have any guests like it does right now when I scare them all away. Pursmouth says first time here. Welcome to the show. So yeah, I'm really trying to work the muscle of being able to be prepared to talk about any of these topics, which really generally to the audience, maybe it's something that as a viewer you don't consider, but these callers will go and research down some little rabbit hole about whatever little thing they want to talk about, and then they bring it to me, having made themselves the expert they claim to be on it, and I somehow have to be a guy who can answer any topic about anything. And the biggest gotchas that ever happen on this show is they bring up a piece of obscure history that I don't happen to know, or they bring up a particular Supreme Court case that I don't happen to be familiar with. So a commenter said something on my Instagram account that it really stuck with me, which is that it's easier to throw shit at the wall than it is to stand in front of the wall and catch all the shit that somebody throws at it. And that's what we as debate hosts are doing. We have to be 10 or 100 times more qualified than the caller just for it to be a fair fight, because the caller gets to decide what we're going to talk about. So sitting here and being right all day requires a bunch of research, man. I'm thankfully decent at research. It's something I have some professional experience in and some formal academic experience in. But I just have to stay hyper educated. It's really hard. Stack says liberals are the parents of the country. I kind of get that. Rutham found me on the For You page. You remind me of Pickles. I don't know. I think I've heard the name Pickles in this space. Who's Pickles? First time here. Have enjoyed it so far. Thank you, user23. I appreciate that. Love the hat. Yeah, dude, I love the hat too. It's my Minnesota Polar Plunge hat, which I wear when I haven't showered before I do the live and my hair is messy. Also, Also hides that I'm balding a little bit. Correct accusation from everybody who says I'm bald under the hat. Getting there. But unsurprisingly, the hat that you get for doing the polar plunge, where you jump into like a frozen lake when the water's like 33 degrees, turns out it's a super comfy hat and keeps my ears really comfy under these really cheap, crappy headphones that I have. So love the hat. It's also kind of become like it's like a piece of flair for my in-person like protesting stuff that I do. Activist Derek, not Derek, Dr. Dankenstein, the other protester, the flamboyantly gay guy with the cunt fan. It was his birthday yesterday, so we were all hanging out at the bars. Go to my Instagram, watch my Instagram stories. We had fun times last night. Carb Tyler says, I don't like Dean, but I like Oskar. Well, I like Dean. I just disagree with him about some of the ways that he runs his show. And that's just like an opinion. Like, I'm not saying he's doing anything bad, but the beauty of this is that there should be more than one debate host. Like, part of this show being effective for a listener is just you being able to tolerate the sound of my voice. And if you don't like the sound of my voice or the way that I talk or the way that I do this, that's fine. That has nothing to do with politics. That has nothing to do with my positions or my education or my arguments. It's just a show that needs to be entertaining for you to listen to it. So if you don't like me and you like Dean, go listen to Dean. If you like us both, listen to us both. If you prefer Parker, go listen to Parker. Like, it's whatever, like it's not monolithic, the work that we're doing. Ooh, I have a Cash App notification. Gonna read a message. Does Cash App do messages? Who sent me $10? Alex sent me $10. Say hello to Diava. Wait, was that? No. That was a previous message. Who sent Cash App is terrible, and I'm doing a bad job yapping while trying to figure it out. I'm just gonna. Oh, there it is. Love from GA from Tori. Thank you, Tori. I appreciate you so much. Is that the Tori who I know in the chat? I talk to Tori a lot because they're a regular viewer. Anybody in the chat support Trump? Is there anybody here who wants to come up? Ooh, we got Big D. I just saw the invitation from Diava. Big D, how old are you? Hello? Big D. I'm going to give him longer than I otherwise would because there's nobody else in the queue. Hello? Sorry for being noisy on the mic. I'm actually trying to... I think he's just like sitting there and doesn't realize that he's live. Hello, Big D. Hello? Big D, talking to you. Nope, he's not there. Give him a chance. Please come back if you want to. Liam is back. No, I have to decline Liam, right? I got a strike for him. I don't want to talk to Liam again. Bet Big D drives a lifted pickup truck. Maybe. Liam, stop trying or you're going to get banned. Not taking your call. I don't even remember which one he was, even though we had that whole thing about which one he was. Because people are just like difficult to talk about. It's happened a couple times on today's show where it's like, yo, I'm agreeing with you. Yep, I agree with you. Yep, what you just said is correct. And then they're like still telling me like, oh, I think it is. It's like, no, dude. It's like we can agree that the sky is blue, right? Like there's a couple of things we can freaking agree on. Oh man. A 10-minute restriction in 10 minutes is up, smarty pants. Yeah, I didn't say that you needed to wait until the end of the 10-minute restriction. I said that you're not allowed back up today because if I get more than one 10-minute restriction because of you, that's bad for the show. I can get my guest privileges taken away, and then I can't have callers up at all if I have people up who repeatedly get restricted. So I have to be very careful about it. So goodbye. Get out of here. No more you for today. Which again, like, it's not even me. It's just me obeying the rules of the platform that I run my show on. Like, I have to... That restriction goes to me, not you, genius. Who's the genius, dude? Like, I'm just saying that I, as a person who runs this show, happen to know that I put my account at risk if I get repeated restrictions from the same people. Remove Liam. He wasn't even connected, and it gave me a button to remove Liam. What? Literally, I just had a pop-up on my screen that said, like, the guest restrictions, remove Liam. He wasn't even connected. We gotta block him. Diava, get Liam blocked. I don't know how to find him. Or anybody else. Moderators, go. Oh, wait, here he is. There's his username. And block. Liam's blocked because he's a danger to the show. Really, I there's a certain guest who I am very, very unhappy to have had to block because they're productive in terms of the... Disconnect RC. Yeah, same thing. I literally just got another restriction for RC. I got to get RC out of here, which, I mean, it's not really all that productive talking to a Christian nationalist. This is fascinating. Can we get RC blocked? Which is, I mean, he's great for the content, but he's got to go if he's going to get the show taken down. Yeah, I mean, I know that these two people are not really worth my time. They've kind of already demonstrated the type of characters that they are. And we don't need to do that every day. You know, it's not... for those who are new, we had 2 guests today that have gotten the show restricted, and I have to kick them, and then they're like continuously trying to get back into the show, and it's like dangerous for the account because I could lose my TikTok account or lose my live privileges or lose my privileges to have guests up, and they seem to think that that's somehow my fault that TikTok works that way. But I mean, really, I'm just trying to follow the rules of the show. Misingenuous, one of my mods, says TikTok censorship is debilitating. It's really, like, I'll take a moment to just talk about my thoughts on free speech for a second, because I think that we're in this situation where, like, the First Amendment was written before the internet existed, and we have this problem where there's been monopolization over our platforms, where, like, this is where I can talk to the most people. TikTok's a really mixed audience. There's both people on the left and on the right on here. It's pretty disproportionately liberal on Instagram. It's pretty disproportionately Republican on Twitter. Ooh, we got Johnboy. How old are you, Johnboy?
54.
54. I remember we spoke the other day. I don't remember about what. Perhaps you can remind me or give me the new topic, but I do remember that you are a Trump supporter.
Yeah, it was about feeding the kids that the parents can't afford to feed their children, and how we should step up and be their parents and feed them for their parents.
Dude, there's so many people on Instagram that are mad at you for saying it's those kids' fault for being hungry.
I'm not saying it's the kids' fault. I said it's the parents' fault. They shouldn't have kids.
You said it was the kids' fault like 8 times in a row, and the clip is blowing up on my Instagram account. Let's see how many views it has. I just want you to, like, revisit that.
Well, I didn't mean to say it was the kids' fault, but I'm glad it's blowing up for you, because it's good. It's good for you.
Feed yourself, then you need to go somewhere else.
Even if you what if you're a child? What if your parent?
I have my own family. I have my own family.
What if you're a child?
Why would I need to feed a million other families?
What if you're a child and you can't feed yourself because your parents are fucking up?
Then you shouldn't have had the child. Use
No. That's
see what I'm saying. That's
child.
Wait.
Why is the child at fault?
Because the parents are morons.
Why? What did the child do?
You say the child's at fault, not me.
The child has a parent that is a loser, doesn't have a job, and wants to make his child hungry.
That's the child's fault?
Yes, it is.
I didn't mean. I thought it was a parent. I thought you were saying the parents, not the child. Of course, I didn't mean it's a child's fault.
I asked you half a dozen times in a row, and you kept saying yes. And the more I clarified
it was one time, and that was the only time.
To see the community.
It's not the child's
I'm glad
fault.
to hear you have found the light about that ridiculous thing that you said, but you did say
Yeah,
it.
I did say that. Yes, I did. You got it right there.
Thanks for the Instagram followers. Let's see how many views that has.
I'm sure it's got a bunch.
I don't know. Let's see. 65,000. That's okay. It's doing all right. Thanks for that. What are we talking about today?
Welcome. Nothing. I really did not mean to say it's any child's fault. You know that, right?
Then what the fuck were you saying, dude?
You were trying to keep saying it was the child's fault, but I didn't mean the child.
Okay,
I'm saying it's a parent's fault for having a child that they cannot support.
Okay, so we could talk about that as a separate topic, but we will just revisit the point here, because the reason I talk about the children is because the programs that we have, the welfare programs, the social safety nets that we have to make sure that hungry children get fed, you punish the child by taking their food away for the actions of their parents, which I'm saying is like backwards and animalistic and like antiquated thinking about social matters.
Well, so, we just cannot have people having kids and without jobs, and then all of a sudden,
do you know what the average amount of money
to pay for them? They expect us to pay for them.
Do you know what the average amount of money that comes out of an American's taxes to pay for the SNAP benefit program? Do you know what that a dollar amount is?
I've never looked it up.
I would love for you to guess. Please tell me how much the average American loses in taxpayer money to pay for those hungry kids' food, and some other people.
To pay for welfare.
Yeah, to pay for
welfare,
specifically
not for hungry kids.
Specifically for the SNAP benefit program. We're talking about feeding hungry people.
Because now you got to factor in.
No, I don't have to factor.
You got to factor in thousands of women that have 6 and 7 kids.
I'm asking you a question.
They abuse the program. It's been abused for years.
I'm asking you a question. How much money do you think comes out of the average person's taxes to pay for the SNAP benefit program? It's a very specific, narrow question. What do you think that dollar amount is? What do you think?
Millions.
the average person? You think the average person
millions?
spends
Not one person. No.
Yeah. How much do you think the average person pays for that program?
I have no clue. If you want me to take a guess,
I want you to guess.
I'm going to say out of my paycheck on a yearly salary, I'll say, I don't know, $20.
Yeah, dude, it's $36. It's like fucking nothing to feed these kids. You really want the kids to be hungry?
It's $36 out of how many millions and millions of people that live here?
Yeah, it's a big program.
It's not $36 just out of your check.
It's $36 out of the average person's check.
It's 36. Yeah, collectively amongst millions and millions of people.
For $36 a year, the average American can feed millions of hungry people.
That's fine and dandy. I'm just saying.
Doesn't sound like you think it's fine and dandy. I do think it's fine and dandy.
I'm against the parents that are having these kids that we have to support.
We literally pay. I think the average taxpayer pays more to protect Donald Trump with the Secret Service when he's golfing than we pay for the fucking SNAP benefit program, dude. It's a success story.
That's not true.
That might not be true. I forget. Somebody do the math for me. Live fact checkers. There's so many people watching. Somebody go do the math. But again, I just think that Trump golfing is a worse thing to spend money on than children who are hungry. That's the main thing.
We spend any money on Trump's golfing. He doesn't even take a salary for the job that he's doing. So I believe
you're for that. You think that
you're wrong there again.
Trump gave himself $10 billion in addition to currently suing the IRS for $10 billion. And you're worried about his $400,000 paycheck that he's waived to make idiots like you think that he's like doing something good.
Now you just called me an idiot.
I did. I'll probably get a flag for that, but I'll earn it. I did do that. Guilty. You got me. I think I waited until it was pretty clear that you are an idiot before I said it.
Now you just called me an idiot again.
Guilty. Are you gonna answer the question?
What was your question?
I don't even remember because I got so sidetracked.
Because I answered your question.
Okay, all right. You don't want to feed hungry kids. Anything else?
No, it's not. I don't want to feed hungry kids. I don't want other people having kids just because they know that I and you will feed them.
Should they get abortions?
Yes, they should.
Oh, that's right. Everybody in my comments on Instagram said that you're probably pro-life, and I was like, I think he's not. Yeah, you're not. So you think they should? I will give you. You get a consistency point.
If you can't afford to have a kid, you should wear a condom, or you should have something put inside you like the women have.
IUD or something like that.
You don't have kids. You don't just keep having kids,
dude. I'm actually
the first one you have.
Can we just take a moment? I'm trying to actually commend you for being consistent on something. I think it's a good belief that you think these people shouldn't have children and that abortion's an appropriate option for somebody who's not qualified to raise their kid and not going to be able to feed them. I'm with you on that.
And now it's our fault because they don't do that.
I think the thing that we're really stuck on is that you just don't want to feed the kid after they're here. Are you a Christian? Did we go down that rabbit hole? Are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
Right. Yes, yeah. I remember we had a whole conversation already about how you don't follow the teachings of Jesus.
Man. Yes, I believe in that.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I believe in helping your fellow man. I do.
No, you don't.
I do it all
you
the
repeatedly
time.
demonstrate that you don't. Thank you for the
There are these bums that live on the corner down the street from my house. I give them my change every time I see them.
You know that money would be better served if you gave it to a food charity instead of giving it directly to them. Just so you know.
I give to St. Jude. You want to see my T-shirt? I have a St. Jude T-shirt for the kids. So don't tell me I'm not helping the kids, dude. I'm just telling you what I don't want to help people that can't help themselves.
I'm just you're getting really defensive when you're actually giving me
because
answers.
You keep saying I don't want to help the kids. You keep saying I don't want.
If you don't like the SNAP benefit program, you need to defend why you don't like the SNAP benefit program, and you failed to do that.
And I told you why.
I think it's bad.
Because more than half of the people on SNAP benefit have more than 4 or 5 or 6 kids, and they're exploiting and abusing the system.
You're making up empirical claims about who's on SNAP benefits. I need evidence for that.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, I need evidence for your claims. Yeah, dude, you called into a debate.
Give me evidence to prove me otherwise.
I have. I do it all day. I mean, that $36 figure is accurate. You can go check it.
Let's see it.
I'm not going to Google for you, dude. Literally the reason you're asking me for proof right now is I asked you for proof of a claim and your answer was for me to prove my side. No, that's not how it works. You brought a claim. You can show me proof if you want, but I'm not going to sit here and play the game where I lose my audience by Googling for 10 minutes about shit that doesn't matter. SNAP benefits are inexpensive to the average American. That's public knowledge. You can go look it up.
I'm just telling you right now, the average American does not want to pay for you to keep having kids and us to feed them. That's what the average American does not want. And if you're not with that program, then you are part of the problem, sir.
I'm going to look up some polling data on how people feel about SNAP benefits, because I think you're wrong. I think most people are happy to feed those kids.
Nah, I don't believe so.
Let's find out. Maybe we will play the Google game. Or maybe it's not worth the time. I do always lose the audience when I get to Googling.
I don't think you're going to lose the audience.
Well, you can Google it on your own time, but I did just check, and about 2/3 of people support it. Majority of people are on my side in this one. Snap's very popular. It's a bipartisan thing because it's such an obviously good program that has such a wonderful efficiency with such a low fraud rate that even Republicans are for it, because some Republicans actually follow the teachings of Jesus and want to feed hungry kids.
No problem with feeding hungry kids either, but you can't keep having them if you expect us to feed them.
Can you admit that you were wrong about the fact that you think that most people are against this program? Because I just looked it up and 2/3 of people support it, which is pretty good.
I don't know where you looked, because you could have looked anywhere. Not anywhere gives you the exact truth. And where you looked up was probably a Democratic site. So
it's SaveTheChildrenActionNetwork.org.
I mean, let me look it up. Hang on.
Oh, he's going to look it up. I mean, I could have just put it on the screen, but I'll take a moment to remind everybody to go to the link tree in my bio and support the show in the ways that you can. There's some free ways by following me on the other platforms, and some not free ways by sending me donations, which really materially supports what I'm doing here. If you like the Oskar Quentin show, if you want me to stay a debate host, if you want me to keep doing this as like a part-time, rapidly becoming full-time job thing, it does need to keep making money, because I can't do it for free. I literally can't, because I need to work enough. He left. I think he did the thing where he left to go look up if I was right. He found that I was right, and then he ran away. But he's welcome. If he just disconnected by accident, he is welcome to come up. Oh man, Monk, I know you were friendly, so I'm gonna wait until the end. el.chico.tech.edu. It's just you and me. It's just you and me, buddy. I'm gonna wait to see if the Futures Here connects, because Diava just invited somebody in, so I'll give them a second to connect, and I'll check if I have any donations to read messages about, because I gotta remember to check my Venmo periodically throughout the show, because it won't give me notifications for some fucking reason. Venmo, fix your shit. Anyway, we're gonna talk to el.chico.tech.edu. I've got some questions for him. He's a regular, but he's gonna remind us how old he is. How old are you, el.chico.tech.edu?
Hey, what's up, brother? 40.
40. Do you have a name? Like, what? I always call you el.chico.tech.edu because it's your username. What can I? Is there like a less mouthfully thing I can call you?
Nah, that's good. You can call me el.chico.tech. That's good.
Okay. What are we talking about today, Mr. I would starve 99 kids to starve one more?
Well, I mean, you haven't fed any kids, so I mean, you're taking road trips, going out to bars, man. That's a lot of money. A lot of kids could.
Yeah, you think that because I had a break yesterday, I took a break from working my ass off on this show to go to the bars and have fun with my buddies. That makes me a bad person because I'm not feeding kids.
I just realized the economy's so good that people have enough money to give it to you. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting?
I mean, I don't think that like the small amount of donations that I receive as a content creator are like a good indicator for the economy. If we look at large macroeconomic indicators about the state of the economy, they show that they're bad. People are so concerned about the economy that what little money they can donate to online creators is going to people like me, because we're trying to get people to understand that the economy is fucking broken and it needs work. But
so they're willing to give up their money that they don't have.
Yeah.
So you could.
People consider it. People actually literally consider it charity to send me money because
I've ever heard.
People literally consider it charity to send me money because I'm doing such a good job educating the public about these topics. Because by the way, I am a lifelong professional educator. It's like a thing I have a huge amount of job experience in.
You know what would be a better use of that money? Feeding kids, isn't it?
We talked about this last time, dude. If I'm really successful at this, I'll get a lot of kids fed, because I'd love to like blow up. If I was as big as Dean Withers, I would like run my own charity. I'd have like a huge organization that like literally delivers like food to like the people who have been left behind by the system because of some loophole and like most needed. It's like, oh, you don't qualify for SNAP benefits because of wouldn't this be a cool charity if we all those 12 million people that no longer qualify for SNAP benefits because of the big beautiful bill? Like, what if we had a charity that literally just gave them their SNAP benefits back? I bet people would donate money, and we could just like have a privatized SNAP benefits program to like account for these horrible Republican policies. Support the Oskar Quentin show, because I will literally do that. I'm restricted for harassment and bullying? For what? What did I even do? I'm talking about feeding kids. Oh well, I'll take it on the chin.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what I got the restriction for, but I'm just gonna muscle through the next 10 minutes of not getting new viewers. But yeah, I'd love to.
Quick question on your. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, no, I mean, I guess like the bottom line is that I actually genuinely in my heart believe that if I continue being successful at this, I will get to do a lot more good for the kids than if I just like don't do this show and instead spend my paycheck on charity. Like everybody has to balance in their own personal life how much of their like wealth they can give to charity. And when a person is broke, it should be almost none, because if I give everything away to charity, I'll never stop being broke. I'll never get to a better position. So I need to invest in myself.
So isn't that the same case for government and taxpayer money?
No, because that's a much bigger thing, and there's tons. The taxpayer money, the taxpayer money disproportionately comes from people who are not broke. We need to tax wealthy people more and use that money to help people who are at the bottom. Like this is the whole thing about.
But you're wealthy.
I'm not at all wealthy.
What are you talking about? You're wealthy.
Super not wealthy.
I'm wealthy. We're all wealthy.
Relative to human history, yeah, we're all doing great because most of us like are not like suffering in the fields or whatever. But like. Again, what's your point, dude? Like, I've answered the same argument about how what I'm doing is probably better for the kids than if I don't do it. But
well, going back to your abortion topic, at what week does the brain and the spinal cord start developing?
I mean, you could argue that it happens at conception because that's when the process gets started. It really becomes philosophically harder to define. It's easy to
answer. It's actually by the fourth week, it's already developed.
Yeah, the cells that will become the brain and the spine are in place about that early. But again, the question isn't when these structures show evidence of existing. The important question that everybody keeps sidestepping is when does the fetus gain the ability to suffer? That is the only important thing to me about when we should cut off the age for abortions or the gestation period for abortions.
Once the spinal cords and the neurofluids are fully developed, then that's when it can feel pain. Yes or no?
That doesn't fully developed. That doesn't happen until about 25 years after the baby's born.
What are you talking about? It's already developed. So you're saying you
said no. You specifically.
So you could kill a 10-year-old because they don't feel pain.
I'm pointing out that your argument is bad because you said fully developed, and that doesn't happen until they're about my age. I'm 30. So like.
So you could kill a 20-year-old or a 10-year-old or
obviously
a 5-year-old
not, because the question isn't fully developed. It is if they can suffer, and obviously 10-year-olds can suffer. I'm pointing out that your argument's bad, and you're literally making fun of me for having it's your argument that I made look bad, not mine.
So when the woman's dilated and the suction of a vacuum cleaner is destroying the baby's body, you don't think that baby's suffering?
No, I genuinely don't.
You don't think so?
In like an early term, like a first trimester abortion, yeah, I genuinely don't think that those unborn children can suffer. I don't think they've developed the neurological capacity for it yet.
Well, usually a lot of women during the first trimester, they abort through chemical means instead of a suction. That's already after the second trimester when they start doing that. So do you support that?
Do I support what?
The mutilation of babies in the woman's body.
I don't define the things that are mutilated in your example as babies. I only define them as babies after they're born.
Okay, a fetus. It's still the same thing.
The important thing is if the fetus can suffer. If the fetus can suffer, then the answer is no, I don't care. If the fetus can suffer, then the answer is yes, I do care. The burden is on you to show me where the suffering is. That's all I care about. The only thing I care about is suffering. Fundamentally, all my other beliefs are predicated on my feelings about suffering. Because as a philosophical foundation for ethics, the only thing that matters to me is the suffering of sentient beings, be they human or not.
So then you're against abortion because babies do suffer in the womb.
Unborn babies can suffer in the womb later in their term, and we should not abort those babies for that reason.
You know, there's been an 18-week-old baby that survived out of the womb, right?
Modern medical science is incredible. I would argue that if that is true, because I'm not going to fact check your claim, if that is true, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that.
No, it's true. It's true. It's not if it's true. It's true.
Okay, 18 weeks. How many months is that? I got to do the math here. What's that? Like 4.5, 5 months, something like that? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I don't actually, because we don't like allow abortions that that are like super late in the term. I don't actually know exactly where in the middle it happens. It's pretty hard to pinpoint the exact point where a baby like an unborn baby becomes able to suffer, but it's just not during the third trimester. That's the first trimester. That's obvious.
Right,
Again, you keep asking me all these definitional questions, and again, I'm just like,
it's biology. You know, you're talking about biology and how you're so educated in it. I'm just giving you simple biology.
The chat, yeah, but the chat is correcting you and saying that you're wrong.
I don't care about the chat.
I'm inclined to believe the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like a bunch of yous just talking to each other.
Do you care about human suffering or not, or suffering in general? Like, do you like? I want to take a step back from the abortion thing and just like assess whether or not we even like look at ethics the same way. Do you like my position about valuing the suffering of sentient creatures, be they human or not? Like, how do you feel about that being the foundation for my ethics?
What was your question again? I'm not kind of like.
All of my opinions about literally everything political or ethical are based on my concerns around the suffering of sentient beings, whether they are humans or not, because I also care about animals. Do you think that is a good place to establish policy and opinions about ethics from?
Well, I mean, it just depends on who you think are sentient beings. Like, I mean, people who are in comas, they're not sentient beings. They're in a coma.
No, people in comas. People who are brain dead are not sentient anymore, and that's why we unplug them. People who are in comas are still sentient. You're wrong about that. People have experiential, time. Like, people remember moments of being in a coma. Sometimes they can hear what's being talked about in the room.
But looking outside of them, they're not sentient because they're not communicating with us.
For much of your sleep cycle, you're not sentient. Is it ethical for me to murder you in your sleep because you're not sentient?
No, it's not, because you're not sentient. Yeah, it's a human life.
Yeah,
just like a baby in the womb who isn't sentient at the time, but still it's a baby.
Yeah, but you possess the capacity to be woken up in your sleep, and odds are there'd be a moment of suffering between when you were asleep and when I killed you. But the point is, like, you are a sentient person. You have sentience. It can turn off when you're unconscious temporarily. That's not the case for a fetus. It hasn't started yet for the fetus. That thing, the creature never had sentience.
So a man punches a woman in the stomach, kills the baby, and then kills the wife, the woman as well. Why is it double homicide then?
I think that's an interesting one, and the I don't like my argument for against fetuses does make it so that it doesn't make sense that it's a double homicide. I think the reason we decided to make that rule as humans is because it's so horrible a thing to do to kill somebody who wants the baby, because it's all about the mother and the family and the people who wanted that child to make it. I don't think that baby suffered, like if it's like a 2-month pregnant woman, but I think that people suffer so much about it that we establish our completely socially defined rule that you made two people who were supposed to be not be, but it's the mother's choice whether or not that other person wants to be. It's about the mother's rights.
Why is it like your guys' arguments are always about it's always deters from being a responsible person? Like, I don't want the baby because I didn't expect it.
I just always point to where the suffering is.
Well, you got to think about responsibility as well, right?
No. Any opinions I have about responsibility are going to be predicated on my suffering, because we cannot define what responsibility is without a sensible view of what suffering is.
So when you conceive, don't you think like there's two people that are responsible human beings be able to say, hey, you know what? I think we know what the outcome is if we have unprotected sex.
Are you suggesting that all people are responsible?
Yes, we have responsibility.
That's fucking bananas. That might be the hottest take of the day, and we've had RC and Liam up today. You think that all people are responsible?
Yeah, we are responsible. We're responsible for each other.
I mean, even if I would throw you the bone of saying that you mean like culpably responsible,
then we're just fucking animals at that point.
We are just fucking animals. I believe we are just.
We
fucking
are.
Animals. Yeah.
We are animals.
I'm a materialist.
And aren't we not humans who care about each other? I care about you one way or the other, even though you have different opinions than I do. I still care about you.
Yeah, I still care about you too, man. I don't want you to suffer. I want there to be less suffering.
Yeah, but then the other guy that was talking earlier, that's what Christian values teaches. It's like, hey man, we got to take care of each other. Mm-hmm. Like we shouldn't expect government to take care of us.
Why don't you want to feed the kid after they're born, dude?
Why do what?
Like, you're literally the caller who said that we should throw out a food program if it feeds 100 kids, but one of them was ineligible for it. They got the meal fraudulently. We should cancel the program and not feed the other 99.
Yeah, we're talking about government programs that are susceptible to fraud. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So then why don't you open an organization on your own dollar and feed those hungry kids?
I literally spent like 5 minutes talking about doing exactly that.
I know, but I understand that. But the thing is,
dude, if you keep telling me to start a food charity, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm warning you. If people keep sending me donations, if people keep sharing the live, if millions of people keep watching my Instagram videos, I'm gonna get fed up with your ass, and I'm gonna make a food charity just to spite you.
And we'll see, and then people will be like, "Oh my god, I gave this guy money to start a food charity, and he just bought a bunch of instruments. Wow, I feel stupid."
Okay, so you're accusing me of committing fraud in the future.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't need any more instruments. I have what I need to do my music. That's actually not true. I need a new acoustic guitar because this one's really a piece of shit. If you want me to donate to the guitar fund, just tag the donation guitar fund, and I'll put it away. But
so what do you feel about the Comey indictment?
Oh, I think that it's like a massive, like unjust weaponization of the legal system and totally
unjust weaponization. Are you serious? Like you didn't say about Trump.
No, this is actually a novel topic, so I'm just going to give some background for the audience because not everybody knows about this. James Comey was indicted because he posted a picture online where he had taken seashells on a beach and lined them up to say the phrase 8647, 8647, which what does to 86 something mean?
To remove or to kill or destroy.
To get it out of here, specifically. This kill and destroy thing is pretty made up.
Well, as a FBI director, 86 means a dead cop.
He's retired.
Okay, so what? Was he not a law enforcement officer that knows what 86 means?
Okay, so just we're gonna look up the words in the dictionary. I know Republicans don't like doing that. But what does 86 mean? It comes from 1930s soda counter slang, meaning it was an item sold out. 86 is slang, meaning to throw out, to get rid of, or to refuse service to. So it has nothing to do with killing or destroying, just means get them out of here. We want an 8647, which is an opinion.
What does 86, how about you Google, what does 86 mean to law enforcement?
Why are you moving the goalposts? This is what 86 means. It means to get rid of, to throw out. He's entitled to that opinion, that we should get rid of Donald Trump. We should get him out of office. And he was indicted for that when Donald Trump himself threatened to genocide the country of Iran on his Truth Social as the sitting president. If you don't see the hypocrisy in that, your brain's not working.
What's your point? They cheer death to America, so what?
All of them? Every one of them?
For the most part, yeah.
No, dude. 90 million. Most of those 90 million people are just trying to live their lives.
Are just trying to live their life.
Yeah, just trying to live their lives.
Death to America.
No, most of them are just like going to work, trying to feed their kids and stuff.
Teaching little kids how to use weapons and kill American soldiers.
No, most of them aren't doing that.
You sure? You sure about that?
If there were 90 million people who were actively trying to like harm Americans, that'd be a big problem. That we would notice that. We'd be having we'd be having like terror attacks and stuff. But no, most of those people are just innocent people trying to live their lives.
And that's why we destroyed their nuclear program, because we cannot trust a country that's willing to destroy another country who cheers death to America. Yes or no?
No, dude, this is not okay.
It's not okay? Okay, well, hey, guess what? It happened, and so what now?
But James Comey should be indicted by the FBI for posting a picture of some seashells that spell the numbers 8647, which means we should get rid of Donald Trump as president.
Well, he knows what 86 means and under law enforcement terms. So, his intentions were...
Are you suggesting to me that 86 is an official... Actually, you know what? I'm going to play your silly game. I looked it up literally in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. If you don't like that as a source, we're just going to Google, what does 86 mean in law enforcement? And we're going to see if we get a sensible result that has anything to do with what you're saying. I don't read AI. Do you want to look at Wikipedia? Do you want to look at the New York Times article that was posted about this in pertaining to James Comey's situation? Like, what do you want to look at? You asked me what 86 means to law enforcement.
New York Times is not a
Okay, so I'm asking you. I Googled, what does 86 mean in law enforcement? What do I click? I'm trying to give you the best.
Oh, dude, why does it look so choppy?
There we go. Is that better?
I can't even read your screen because it looks all choppy.
I think that's your internet, not mine. Chat, let me know if the screen is legible. But again, you asked me the question, what does 86 mean in law enforcement? I Googled it. What do you want me to click?
Well, just click wiki. It's a simple term right there. Wiki.
Most people prefer ChatGPT over wiki when they call into my show. I'm actually with you. Wikipedia is a good resource for this.
I mean, I really don't care.
Okay. Generally meaning get rid of something or someone or something. In the
keep going.
Okay.
That's one section. Keep going.
Etymology, which is the history of where it came from. Usage. Here we go. So Merriam-Webster, which we just looked at it. Get rid of or throw out. Slang dictionary. Here we go. According to Castle's Dictionary of Slang, to 86 also means to kill, murder, or execute judicially. Okay. Judicially, not extrajudicially, right? Judicially?
Keep going down. Is that it?
No. We're not going to skip it. We looked at the first definition. The second
Look at so many terms. Come on. What else?
Yeah. Do you know what the word judicially means?
Is that all there is?
Do you know what the word judicially means?
Yeah. Is that all there is?
What does the word judicially mean?
But we're not talking about judicially.
Yes,
what else is there?
We literally looked up what you wanted me to look up, and I'm reading to you what it says.
Yeah, but that's not the end of the page.
You understand what it means.
That's not the end of the page. Keep going.
Right, we'll get to the end of the page when we're done reading this part of the page. What does the word judicially mean?
That's not the topic at hand.
Yes, it is. The topic at hand is, it's my show, and I declare that the topic at hand is what does the word judicially mean? He knows he's caught. He can't think of a good thing to say. Is he going to hit the run button? What does judicially mean?
So is that it?
What does judicially mean?
You know what commas and semicolons mean? I was just reading it right now. It's a separate thing.
Yeah.
So you're wrong.
What does judicially mean?
In a court of law.
Yes. Okay. So to kill, murder is unjustifiable killing.
What does semicolon mean?
A semicolon generally means that the thing.
A separate topic.
Dude. You're interrupting. You are so stuck right now. I'm explaining this to you so clearly. You wanted to look this up, and here we are doing it, and it's making you look bad. And I can hear in your voice that you're shaking in your boots about it because it's not going well for you. Murder means not justifiable. Judicially means yes, justifiable because it was done through the court. So among this category of things that 86 could be, which by the way is the secondary definition after to just get rid of, to throw out, which is the more common definition, which has nothing to do with unaliving anybody. It means that it could be unjustified or it could be justified. It includes both. So again, suggesting that this was a threat to the president's life is absurd.
So he knew. He knew he was putting a threat out to the president. And you're wrong. Just say it. It's okay.
I'd like for you to defend that argument.
I just did.
How is it that
with your lookup where it says to kill, to murder, semicolon means separate topic.
Is it possible to is it possible to 86 something without killing a person?
Yeah, but as a director of the FBI, he knew what he was doing.
No, you're just declaring what his intention were instead of assessing what his actions were, because we can only look at what he did, and what he did.
Well, another action was he took it down knowing that he did wrong.
What he did is he used the phrase 86, which we are reading the Wikipedia article right now, which is very prompt to point out that it means to get rid of or throw out. And then it says that in a particular slang dictionary, it says that it also additionally means to kill, murder, or execute judicially, which I would argue, even if we're to go by this definition, because execute judicially here suggests that the unaliving is judicially warranted, is legal, is allowed, it still doesn't mean that the FBI director, even if he meant this definition, is doing something wrong, because included in this definition is it being done by legal means. We do execute people for treason, so there's unfortunately an argument to be made there.
Oh, you just wait until Comey comes out and he starts dropping dimes on Obama, Susan Rice, John Bolton. Ooh, it's going to get pretty.
All right, you're just going to move on because you don't like looking at the definitions on this.
No, dude, you're wrong. you got owned on that one, dude.
Chat, yes or no? Did I get owned
it's a lot of views.
No,
it's a lot of views.
The restriction is ending, so it's good for the engagement if I do a poll. So chat, yes or no? Did I get owned? W guest or W host? L guest or L host? You can pick whatever language you want. Just throw me a comment so we get some more viewers, so I can talk to somebody other than el.chico.tech.edu before my show ends in 24 minutes.
Oh, hey, what do you think about the NIH assistant director getting also indicted for deleting emails and falsifying what was it called? COVID. Yeah, that's right. COVID that came from China.
I'm not familiar with that case, so I don't have an opinion.
Oh, you need to look. Yeah, you need to look it up.
I'll save it in a tab for later. What do I Google to find it?
NIH assistant director gets indicted.
Director indicted. I'll read up on it. Maybe you can call in another day and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I got to get going too. So, hey, it was nice talking to you again, brother.
Nice isn't the word I would use. Goodbye. That was el.chico.tech.edu. He doesn't want to feed hungry kids, but then says that I mean it, guys. I mean it. If that guy keeps calling in, I'm going to get so upset about his beliefs that I'm literally going to start a food charity just to spite him and feed children. Those two things, just to spite el.chico.tech.edu and to feed kids. I think that if we had an organization where those were the two mission statements, to spite that guy and feed children, I think people would donate money to it. So fucking support the show if you want Oskar to have his awesome food charity, because I would love to run like a seriously good charity. Obviously, I'm opinionated about how these things should be run. I just need to pay my rent first and feed myself. Got to feed myself first. Got to pay yourself first. So if you want to pay me, send me some donations, and maybe that can happen someday. Because I would love to run a charity. Somebody asked me what I'm going to do when Trump is out, and I'm like, oh my God, the way things are going, I could do anything when Trump is out. If this keeps growing at the rate that it's going, I could start a news agency. I could start some kind of investigative organization that does the third party non-government organizational work of trying to keep the government accountable. I could start a big food charity and do stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll be sick of it and I'll just go back to being a folk musician, which I still am. I am even though I don't shill it on my social media because I'm doing this activism thing, I am actually having some success in my music world. I perform live a lot here in Minneapolis, and I stopped posting on Instagram last summer because I was spending so much time performing live that I stopped focusing on content creation and started focusing more on getting good at performing music live and getting out there and doing shows and gigs and stuff. So having a great time, and I have all of you to thank for it. So I really am just excited about that. But yeah, if it keeps growing, if it grows at this rate with the amount of growth I've had since January, if I stay on the same trajectory, I'll be doing this full time very, very soon. And I could start a food charity by the end of the year. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. I think we got 20 minutes left. Monk, I might bring you up in a little bit. I don't think we're going to get another MAGA caller today, but I want to give you guys one more chance. If you disagree with me about this stuff and you want to come talk, hit the request button on your screen. I would love to talk to one more Trump supporter before the show ends today. But I will engage with the chat a little bit because we are kind of getting to the winding down. Dither says, MAGA are definitely not patriots. It's scary. They think they are. Yeah, hello, Elvis Trump. Elvis Trump, you're such a reliable fan, but I worry that your work schedule doesn't align with my live streaming schedule. You always say hello 20 minutes before the show ends. But hey, show gets posted on YouTube. You can listen to it after the fact. Okay, I think when Joker says, I think when Trump's out, this social media will slow way down. Well, yeah, of course, these debate lives are going to become less popular, but if I continue becoming a popular debate host, I'm saying I could leverage that into whatever I want going forward. But yeah, of course this stuff's going to slow down when he's gone. Naturally. We will love America again. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Blondie says they asked the same thing when Bush was leaving. Yeah, I mean, there'll be something else to talk about. Will's asking if we're doing friendly time. Yeah, I think I'm going to declare it friendly time. Can I come up to address? Yes, Will, please hop up and tell me about Liam's accusations. I'd love to hear about it. Got text messages from the other mods. All right, sorry for the dead air there. I gotta mind my phone a little bit during the show. Hello, Will.
Hey, Oskar. How's it going, man?
Fantastically. I appreciate you so much. And I'm actually gonna ask a favor, which is, can I go use the restroom?
Yes, of course.
Don't violate TOS. I don't think you're gonna.
I won't. I'll just do all of the prepaid political messaging while you're going to pee. Yeah, perfect. Tap the screen.
I'm going to mute myself and turn the volume up so I'll be able to hear you, but I'm going to step out of frame for a minute.
I'm not going to talk to you while you're peeing. That's your private time. You enjoy the break. Yep, mod announcement. Exactly, Mama Avery. Yep. Mama Avery, who is awesome, fellow mod, and has an awesome name. Everybody tap the screen. Hit the gift gallery. I think we are about 40 or 50 away on the roses gift goal. So check that out. And then, of course, share the live. I look like Toto Wolf. Okay. Pay links in the bio as well. Yes. Yes, hit those. Yes, it's kids' fault that they were born is the wildest take. It's absolutely diabolical.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, what was Liam even accusing you of doing?
Being a piece of shit because I muted him in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you mute him in the chat? Explain yourself.
Yeah. Basically because I just know how problematic and racist Liam is, as well as ignorant, and yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is that we have to have a team of moderators to keep the show under control, or literally my account gets banned. So you're one of the people who makes it so that I don't actually have to pay attention to the chat very much. I can completely lock in on the person that I'm talking to, because people like you and Mama Avery and Midwest Progressive and Misingenuous and whoever else is here, sorry if I forgot to name you, these people are like doing work in the background to keep the account safe so that I can have people like Liam, people like RC, people like El Chico come in and talk. There's like literally half a dozen. Oh my God! Why do I have to remove Will? What did he do? Will, you got a flag. Got to be more careful about the way you talk about these very, very racist people. Apparently, TikTok, what are you doing? Don't stop removing my mods. I guess W for whoever was making the accusations against Will, because yeah, I don't know. TikTok's real mad today. I'm actually not going to take any more callers. I'm just going to hang out with the chat for the rest of the 15 minutes, because I don't want to reset the stream, because we've only got 15 minutes left. And if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube and you don't want to hear me talk to the chat for 15 minutes, you can get out of here, because that's what's going to happen. We're not going to get pushed to the For You page until 5 minutes before the show ends. So this is officially not even just friendlies time. This is just Oskar hanging out time. Thanks for waiting, Monk, but I got to protect the account and not have guests up, because if I get another guest restriction, there's going to be a problem. Was it calling Liam a POS? Yeah, Will's a great moderator, but maybe he needs to learn some of the ways about being on the microphone. You have to be very, very careful about the specific insults that you hurl, because there's just certain things that flag that are like really, that just really catch the ear of the auto moderator system on TikTok for harassment and bullying. So you just got to be a little bit more creative, but. Yeah. Well, once again, it's like the big flags that I get is I get the harassment and bullying flags every now and then, and I always say I'll take it on the chin, because I do harass and bully some of my guests. I think when they deserve it. Diavotox is on a 3-day suspension. They are censoring everything. Yeah. Oskar, I don't think I have a mod just so you're K on. So you're UK. Are you a mod? Add moderator. Oh, you weren't a moderator. I thought you were. You now are a moderator, Misingenuous. Yeah, I thought I already did that. Anyway. Now you're a mod. Well, Will says that he was quoting Liam, and that's a problem that we actually do run into, we hosts, where it's like, I can't quote the president directly often, because he often says things that I will get banned for saying on TikTok, which, if that's a description of the state of affairs. Like, I come on here to try to exercise my free speech, but I don't have free speech on here because it's a private platform run by TikTok. TikTok's corporate right to free speech gives them, like, the right to censor me in any way they see fit. Like, it's not against the law for them to give me a restriction for whatever I might say on here. It is just inconvenient for democracy. So that's I got cut off earlier because I had a caller join, but I was kind of explaining that I think that, like, the First Amendment, like, is not doing a super good job of protecting speech in the 21st century, because the authors of the First Amendment in 1789 didn't know about the internet, and they didn't realize that these companies were going to have this much control over like everything. Adam, I see you in the queue. I'm not taking calls for the rest of the day because I've had so many restrictions, and I'm not going to risk it, and I'm not going to reset the show with 13 minutes left in it. So we're just hanging out in the chat. In the chat, Liam suggested that we had an intimate relationship. I told Liam that only F his dad. Yeah. Liam, what's a guy got to do to be a mod? Machete. I recognize your username, and I believe you're friendly. I think I trust you. Mostly I just have to trust you. And I think you're a regular enough viewer that you should be a mod. Mods, should I make Machete a mod? Do we trust Machete? I'm pretty sure we trust Machete. Machete, am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's like Match Edy. I know you're friendly. Monk says yes. I need more yeses. I need more. We need more proof that I should trust Machete. I'm just being careful. Oh, and Diava Talks is here and said that she got her 3-day ban literally for quoting Trump. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Machete, I'll keep an eye on your username. I'm not gonna make you a mod right now because I got to be real careful. But keep doing good work in the comment section, and I'll consider it. Will thinks yes. Will thinks yes. But if the other moderators want to chime in, I'm gonna trust them on their decision because yeah, see, a user who I don't recognize at all says that they'll mod. I'm not in super great need of mods, though I do want to expand the team because I am changing the time that I'm going live next week, and I'm so frustrated that I haven't gotten a precise schedule on the work I'm doing next week, so I can't announce what that time is going to be just yet. And it might even be that, like, for a week or two, I just can't be consistent for, like, I might have to say it's going to be this time on this day, it's going to be that time the next day, it's going to... no good for the TikTok live. But once again, I would quit both my jobs if y'all sent me more donations. So hint, tisk on that. I'm so ready to get fired. I've spoken with HR at both of my jobs. They both know what I'm up to. They're both like both of my both of the management teams at both of my jobs have told me, like, on a personal level, they 100% support what I'm doing and they know what they got to do. Later, Will, thanks for hanging out. And so, like, I've basically told both my jobs that if the time comes where I need to be fired, just tell me. Like, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to, like, be a disgruntled employee. Like, just call the meeting. It'll be chill. Cause yeah, it's, like, unfortunate that doing this, like, coming on here and saying these opinions, like, puts your life at risk. I have death threats every day. And, I have to worry about, like, my places of work getting harassed. So, like, yeah, it's, Larry, you can say mean things about me in the chat, but you will be banned if you use all caps again. One and only warning. So please say your mean things about me in a normal size font. That would be appreciated. But yeah, so ideally, if this could become more profitable, such that it catches me when I lose my jobs for spreading my political beliefs, that'd be good. That'd be good. I don't want to have to do I don't want to have to do a GoFundMe when I get fired. I just want to be making enough money doing this. Ideally, I'd like to quit my jobs. I don't want to get fired from them, but that's kind of inevitable. Given what I'm getting up to, one of my bosses was like, "Do you think that this is going to get any worse? Do you think you're going to get more attention?" And I was like, "Well, to be clear, I am doing this on purpose. I am, like, it is a direct result of things I'm doing intentionally that I get recognized walking down the street. I get recognized when I go to the bar. That's crazy. Thank you for the gold mine. Thank you for the gold mine. I appreciate it. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one. Thanks for the gold mine. Is it Damn Pam? What's the full username? The Pam Ham? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's fired equals unemployment. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I would qualify for unemployment. But I would prefer to not go on unemployment just because I imagine if I got fired and went on unemployment, I'd probably spend a lot of time being accused of being, like a welfare recipient, which I would be. But again, it would just be, like, bad for the live if I had to do that. I would rather not get unemployment benefits simply so that people wouldn't waste time by, like, attacking me for being a recipient of welfare. So yeah, gonna try to avoid that. Still waiting for my Doge and tariff checks. Yeah, oh my God, the fact that the tariffs are getting paid back and then the companies, of course, like, some companies are apparently going to give rebates to consumers, but the idea that wealth is actually going to go back into the pockets of the Americans instead of now just being with the companies that collected the tariffs in the first place. What a grab. What a wealth grab. These systems are too complicated for the people who they victimize to even understand, because people regularly call into my show and demonstrate that they cannot like, do basic math. Anna is saying it's not welfare if you pay into unemployment, which yeah. I mean, I know how it works, but again, it would just be a huge waste of time to sit on here and get accused of being this or that. So I'd rather be accused of being a grifter, so I can talk more about the food charity I want to start. Like when I talked to el.chico.tech.edu, that's I'm gonna name it after him. It's gonna be the El Chico Tech Food Charity. And yeah, I hope it hurts his feelings when I get to feed all those kids if I keep being successful at this. But yeah, free speech in this country is very broken. I think that's the bottom line for the show, is that I'm sitting here like trying to get these people to make themselves look bad, which today hasn't been hard. It's been a zany show with some wild beliefs, but I'm sitting here like getting in trouble with my account that I'm trying to grow because it's risky to talk to these people. Mama Avery is heading out. Everybody get some W's in the chat for Mama Avery. She does awesome work. El Chico feeds kids. He'll hate it. Yeah, he absolutely will hate it if I feed children on his behalf, because every time he calls in, I have to remind everybody, this is the guy who thinks that fraud... Noodle, what do you see out the window? This is a great show. Talking to the chat, dog barking in the background. Noodle, come here. Come here, Noodle. Come here. Yeah, it's okay. Stay here. It's okay. I feel like I've had very good luck with her not barking during the show. Yeah, she's back. Can you guys see her? No, she's out of frame for you. I've had very good luck with my dog not barking her head off during the show. Because unlike Hassan Parker, I'm not gonna like electrocute her for it. She's a reactionary working dog. She barks when she sees things that she wants to bark at. Oh, you need to see the dog. Noodle, come here. Noodle, come here. Hop up. Hop up. Come here. Come here. Oh. Ah. Come on. I believe in you. Oh, there you go. Do you know that you're not a lap dog anymore? You have grown up. This is Noodle. Noodle's a very good dog. Noodle loves everybody. Ah! Noodle is tangled in my cables. I don't need the headphones anymore. I'm not talking to anybody. Doesn't matter. W's for Noodle. W's for Noodle. You can tag your Venmo donations, treats for Noodle, and then I'll go to Petco and buy her some new toys, which I should do. She destroys things very, very fastidiously, and she definitely deserves some fresh treats. Hassan Parker, LOL, someone RM Brown fan. I don't even know what you. Miss Ingenuous is asking that. LOL, someone an RM Brown fan. I don't know what RM Brown is. I do have a beep collar because sometimes like during thunderstorms or like I live in an apartment building, and if like somebody's moving and there's like a lot of noise in the hallway, it like really gets her stressed out and she like can't stop barking. She gets into this like terrible fit. So I do have a collar that just beeps at her, doesn't shock her. And that tends to get her able to calm down and do her self-soothing behaviors. But she an anxious girl. So we always working on keeping the Noodle happy. That's one of the things I spend my day doing. And she's still amped up because I was out so late at the bars with Derek, the activist, and Dr. Dankenstein, both Derek's, and some of my other buddies. Raven was there, who's might be watching the show. I think they might be present. Anyway. Point is, I am hungover, and I did not go for my run this morning because I have a headache, and I felt I was too hungover to go for a run. So Noodle's not had her exercise today. I got to go play fetch with her after I get off the show. Does she have a thunder jacket? She does, actually. I have like one of those tight wrap jackets, which it's the sort of thing like tools like that with her will work for a little while and then they'll stop working, and then I stop using them for a few months and then I'll start using them again, and there's always ebbs and flows with her problem behaviors, but yeah, it's a tool in the toolbox. The beep collar is a nuclear option, but I don't hide the fact that I use that because I don't want to get caught red-handed like dogging on Hassan Parker for what he does is reprehensible. Like he has his dog in the background as like a prop, and if the dog moves, he zaps it. Like that is horrible. I don't even work very hard to keep her in frame. In fact, I don't think she is in frame. The TikTok live thing gives me like 10% more screen area on the camera than you guys see on the phone. So I actually can't tell what's in frame because like right here, I could put the sign all the way over there and it's still in frame on my screen, but I bet it's out of frame for you guys. I don't know why they don't give me a box so I can at least see what is What's visible to you guys? Did you hear the song someone made about Hassan shocking Kia? No, I am going to put a tab open and go listen to that because that'll be funny, probably. I mean, even though it's about something terrible. I keep saying Parker. Piker. That's his last name, right? I don't know. I don't pay attention to this person very much. I just treat my dog better than he treats his. Because, man, how terrible. My dog is on Prozac, says Caffeinated Sloth. Yeah, I have done, like, CBD gummies for her and stuff, and they do work, but I don't know. It's kind of an expensive solution. And then also I assume that if I gave her one of those every day, they would just stop working after a couple of weeks. So I do have some for, like, emergencies, like if there's a big thunderstorm or something. But I haven't needed to do anything like that in ages. It's been months. So, yeah, maybe she's just getting better. Hello, Gosmarin. Derek, I see you and I love you, but I'm not going to have you up because I've had real problems with guest restrictions today and I'm a little afraid of losing my account, so I'm not having even friends up. Love you, Derek. Everybody give some love in the chat for Derek T, Derek the activist. Has to do with different screen sizes. What you see is the average screen, Google Pixel, I think. Oh, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Fireworks are the worst. Yeah. Noodle does not like fireworks. She is one of those dogs. But yeah, Derek, you should definitely come hop up on my show sometime. Round about noon every day is a good time to hop in for friendly time. So like 11:30 noon, I start talking to friendlies. So tomorrow or something, please. But everybody say happy birthday to Derek. It was his birthday yesterday. If you're still hanging out towards the end of the show, and as we are approaching the end of the show, we've got about a minute or two left. I will just say that if 2 people who are watching the show who are not following me follow me, then I'll be able to say that I met my goal, because every day I do the live stream, I hope to get 100 new followers, and right now I have 98. So that'd be pretty sick. But in addition to that, you guys know the things I say at the end of the show. If you want to support me in ways that are free, you can hit up the link tree in my bio and go follow me on the other platforms and show some love to my accounts over there. Instagram's doing great. YouTube is just kind of slow and steady growing, but I don't even worry about it, because if I do the show here and people like it and the clips do well on Instagram, which is like my primary social media account, the fact that the VODs are available to watch on as a podcast on YouTube will just eventually, those are just there. They don't even need to perform well for them to be a piece of the puzzle, because the dedicated viewers who want to listen to me at other times will go over there and do that. So you can support me in those ways that are free, and if you want to support me directly, there are some donate options there. Derek texted me privately and asking if I saw the indictment. There have been so many indictments this week, I don't even know which one he's talking about, unfortunately. Yeah, I assume he's talking about Comey or maybe one of the other ones I Googled. But anyway, thanks for everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks for the mods doing the work. And I will see everybody back here at 22 hours from now at 10 a.m. CST tomorrow. Do I get 2 more followers? Are all of you following me? Can we get 2 more follows before I leave so the number says 100 instead of 98? Do you want Noodle pets? Noodle, come here. Noodle, come here. Yes. Wait, can we get follows for... How about Merlin? Merlin's not about it. The dog's barking. The show is chaos. Everybody have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.